Kurt Busch TV coming.
Drivers, start your engines! All the fans always turn out for this one. Time to write the next chapter in the 2025 playoff story. Green flag for New Hampshire is next.
What's good? I'm Josh Johnson, and I've played 14 different teams. In fact, nobody switched teams more than I have. But I'm done with all that. I'm switching straight for good. They got plans as low as $25 a month with real unlimited data. Come on, great news. Get it at straighttalk.com and Walmart.
When you realize that you've chosen too many Italian ingredients to put on a sandwich, you name it something like loaded. So people think you did it on purpose. Arby's, we have the meat.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest.
Where's that
Cold
only
lager, cold filter, cold package. Mountain cold refreshment. Coolers like choose chill.
How about the new Ultimate Trio? Choose 3 ounce, 3 soft, over 80,000 combinations for only $14.99.
Now that's an equity option.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio.
Fuck is it?
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand smash any speed Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the free threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
Found it. Found that bloody remote. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching this from. This is Chase fan number 9. Welcome to my second live stream of the weekend. It's the Mobil 1301 at New Hampshire. Race for the playoffs for 2025 in the Cup Series. 301 laps, 301 miles. Should be good. Albeit it is hard to pass, but we'll see. Yeah.
How are they going to experience a portion of the success that you have here? What's the secret here? Well, the secret is you have to be willing to compromise. This track is fast and it's slick. Hard if they're going to drive for it. You got to be willing to deal with problems bad and then look around, find somewhere different where your car is better. And be aggressive on restarts. Go face the track position. There's an opportunity there. Staples on his way up to the pre-race show. He's going to share his thoughts on the secret to success here as well. Well, one of those drivers who's below the cut line, he's been 18 races since he last saw victory lane, is Joey Logano. So what are your thoughts on his chances, Jeff, today?
So yeah, it's for you.
Dog. This guy loves step up moments. So tell you what, why don't we just ask him? Joey, if he's with us. All right, buddy, you guys had tons of energy after sitting on that pole yesterday. You feel like today is a great opportunity to win.
So with that said, several drivers are below the cutoff line. One of them is Joey Logano, who is on the pole. He is a two-time winner at this track. So could this be his day to win? Maybe. We'll see. Blaney starts second. Josh Berry starts third. Tyler Reddick fourth. They got William Byron in fifth. This is the only active track that Byron does not have a top 10 finish at. So let's see how he does. My and how about this SVG first oval top 10 start? No, we didn't. Anyways, SVG first top 10 start on the oval in the Cup Series. I was expecting an effort like that from him. Ty Gibbs, um, fresh off that strong run at Bristol that unfortunately didn't result in a win. Yeah, expect all the Joe Gibbs cars to be strong today. Maybe Bubba Wallace and Reddick too. Let's see. My boy Chase Elliott, damn, he's starting 27th. But yeah, Chase Elliott needs a good run to New Hampshire because if he doesn't, then he's going to be in trouble going into the Roval in a few weeks. So, yep, that's pretty much it. So, she went to go get gas.
Pre-race show, and that is Chase Elliott starting on row 14 behind Riley Herbst and Eric Jones, because Chase the last 5-6 races they have not gone well in qualifying and it's become a bit of an Achilles heel. Row 15 is John Underneath, Pike Dillon. Row 16, Cole Custer, Daniel Suarez, Noah Gregson and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. share the 17th row, and at the back on row 18, Cody Ware and Todd Gilliland. So there's the full field for you today to contest these 301 laps, as we say hello to us time. Hey, Lee, while his teammate Joey Logano won the pole, everyone in the garage area thought Ryan Blaney had the best car when it came to race run. When at the time of the script sheet, Jonathan Hassler this morning, he said, honestly, our short track program has been an evolution this year. At the beginning of the year, we were, quote, terrible. We have slowly made progress on it, and the tire test that the 22 team did here back in July was massive for us. It made us a top 5 car at Richmond and Iowa as well. So we'll see if Ryan Blaney can get a win here at the Hampshire today and put himself in the round of 8. Martin Crowell Larson starts this round plus 24 points for the cut line after the reset, but Richard McDaniels told me that
Also, the last few times Logano's been on the pole, I mean, in the last few times Logano started a race on the pole, he hasn't really been the best car.
Yesterday, before qualifying in New Hampshire is the toughest track in this round for the 19. Then they qualified 27. Chase acknowledged earlier this week that they feel like they still can be in the playoffs after issue the week ago in Bristol. That's also giving them a little bit of freedom, playing with a little bit of house money in some sense. Said this week, let's make the very best of this opportunity. We've got nothing to lose at this point. That's the attitude it might take for the 19 to make a good day out of this. Well, in his words, as he spoke to you earlier, Dylan, he said we know that it's going to be a steep uphill climb, but they will fight. They do have a little bit of recent history of coming back from a low position. Quick reminder for you of the playoff point standings. Denny Hamlin is the number 1 seed here as we ease into this next phase of the 2025 playoffs. And there is the 2025 Toyota GR Supra that is pacing the field to green today, being driven by former NASCAR driver Ricky Cracker. So that's a nice treat for Ricky and for this field here on this beautiful Sunday.
All right.
It's the Mobil 301 here at New Hampshire.
Pace car heads to pit road. Here we go. About to go racing in the Grand Rock State. It's time to bring the action. Green flag. We are racing at New Hampshire. Another driver who has experience at New Hampshire is a Ryan Preece, who's raced there in the modifieds, and he's won a handful of races there. And this is a home racetrack for Logano and Ryan Preece. Blaney's lost 5 spots.
Tennessee has actually gotten a couple top 10 teams in the past couple of races. So, New Hampshire races as well. Return the microscope up. Last 1 through 3 in the race trip, they were very mediocre. It took them a little bit to get going. So 22 and 21 successful, but I think that hurt the 12 spoke.
Discussed everything's we are live. All right, folks. With all that said, what is going on, everyone? This is NASCAR Fan, which we're putting it in here, and welcome back, everyone, to another NASCAR Live Race Reaction stream here on the channel. Today, we officially start round 12.
This is the first race of the round of 12, by the way.
And now today, we start round 12. New Hampshire, Kansas, and Charlotte will be beginning at the start of October. So, yeah, we are officially down to 12 drivers. The 4 that were eliminated last Saturday were Alex Bowman, Josh Berry, who quite possibly had the worst playoff run ever, which basically almost mirrored Aaron Jones' 2019 run. We also had Austin Dillon being eliminated, and also had Shane Van Gisbergen get eliminated as well. I mean, let's be honest. Did you really think SVG was gonna make it? I mean, if there was a rough course in the first round, though, then maybe he would have made it. But alas, that did not happen. So SVG, Josh Berry, Austin Dillon, and Alex Bowman were eliminated after that absolutely chaotic and wild race at Bristol with the tire, which had us all cool. Like, they had us in the first half, not gonna lie. We tried some qualifying, thinking that, all of a sudden these tires have literally. So literally, we're not going to have. It's not going to be 2024 Spring Bristol all over again. Boy, did we underestimate ourselves. And it turned out to be. I wouldn't say it was the best. It was not the best race of the year, but it certainly made it one of the races of 2025. I will say that. But other than that, yeah, round of 12 begins today. Joey Logano starts on the pole. Now keep in mind, he did do the tire test earlier this year. So he is at quite the advantage today. Penske in general is probably going to be the team to watch today. Joey Logano starts on the pole. Ryan Blaney second. Josh Berry third. But honestly, I don't think he's going to finish third. I think something probably may. I don't know. I don't know. Something may happen again to Josh Berry today. I don't know. Because that's the way things have been going for these final 10 races in the year. Tyler Reddick starts fourth, Willie Weber fifth, Carson Osapar, Alex Bowman, Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin, and SVG starts at 10th. Solid qualifying for him. As far as my legacy boys are concerned, we are starting 26th and 29th today. Like I said, I mean, Joe showed pretty okay speed in practice, but qualifying needs major work done this offseason. So there's really not much else I can say about that. Just hope we can try not to go a lap down early and try to make up some spots. Like I said, if we can get both cars in the top 20 today, I'll be more than happy with that. So anything
top 10 settled out.
That, like top 15 or possibly top 10 would really be icing on the
Also wanted a hotel with an ocean view. Then he found a vacation rental in Ocean Backyard. Easily find your stay. Expedia. Book now.
You know what's crazy? This is the. I mean, before that, the groceries, of course. Groceries are expensive. I was in trouble there for a second. Who you are? Imagine if we could tell everyone here that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance and safety. What's this? It's not one of the things. Look, Steve Jones. And it's over sensitive. $70 for coffee? How about side salted caramel coffee? That's coffee with cold coffee for only $2.99. It's the fancy or the $1,000 price. 53 laps to go in stage one of the Mobil 1's 301, presented by Toyota here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Joey Logano leads Josh Berry, and finally, if you're a Josh Berry fan, you're saying something's going right for my driver because it just was on the wrong end of things in the first three races of the playoffs, starting in Darlington on the opening lap of the playoffs. And then last week with very scary scenes with that fire where he had to be extracted from his car in pit lane. But qualifying went well yesterday, and he's off to a flying start. Dylan? Yeah, and then Richie Miles Stanley kind of jokes what he says. They went forward, and just to be Richie Miles Stanley won. And you kind of laughed about that, though. It's so serious. It's been such a custody race. This is the speed that we
All right, we're 20 laps in. Things are good so far. Blaney's going for third.
Keeping an eye on Chase Elliott, who started 27th today. He's pretty much gone nowhere. He's only up to 25th. No word from Chase yet on the handling of the car. But I talked to Alan Gustafson this morning. He got an echo with Chase Dillon and found out that hey, we've got a lot of experience coming through the field with an out car. And he's running the same way as a couple of weeks ago on another big full track racetrack where it's hard to pass. That day, Chase Elliott from a 19 and wound up finishing third. So they didn't want to take the entire way, but they did feel confident in the handling of the car. So, Jeff, when you think about difficult tracks to start at the back and come to the front, where does New Hampshire rank on that list?
This is pretty high up on the list. It's very difficult to see. The multiple good drivers gives the driver an option, but it also gives you.
At least Josh Berry's keeping Logano within his sights.
The outside keeps the pass from happening. So it's a fun racetrack, but
the number 20 was on board thanks to Toyota, Christopher Bell. And they just said, Christopher is a terrific qualifier. But the window is so narrow, you get that balance just right. And this field is so tight these days that if you're just a little bit off, you get punished the most severely. And that's what happened to him yesterday. Race winner last weekend, and he's way back in qualifying and having to dig himself out. And to have Bubble almost 15, Christopher Bell 16, Shane Briscoe 17, almost inconceivable in the playoffs, but that's how tight and tough it is.
Another guy I was watching was Kyle Larson. This 5 car gained 4 spots. This is off the green flag. A lot of speed. He's got to the 1 of Chastain, and Chastain's doing a really nice job of taking the line that Larson wanted. But Larson has changed what he's doing. Now instead of running the bottom, he's running up the racetrack, trying to find a way around Chastain. Now Chastain to the top, and that's it. Actually, what Larson wants. Larson is the best on the bottom of the racetrack. Let's see what happens down here in turn 3. Big bump center in the corner. Right there, Chastain back to the bottom. That forces Larson to the 3rd lane.
It was a Goodyear tire test here at the Hampshire Motor Speedway on July 22nd, 23rd, and Chastain was one of the 3 drivers who participated in that. Did over 700 laps of testing, and he said, I better do well this weekend. I've got enough recent experience here as Larson switches to that inside line. This is a good scrap.
This right here, if you want to have a winning car and you're immature, your car has to do what Kyle Larson is going to do down here in 3 and 4. I call this a little bit of the Tony Stewart look. This would smoke was so good, it's just bad. You say it, Jeff. Overdrive the entry, but your car is handling well enough that it doesn't push the middle. So you carry too much speed, yet it still rolls the middle. And you bring the slow point in the corner further around, like the 2/3 mark, and then Chastain's got nowhere to go. You have to spot. A lot of spotters are talking about the line of the 5 car, the speed he's able to carry.
Oh, can only hope. He's 10th right now.
And as we talk playoff guys for Tyler Reddick, early brake issues in the opening laps. He talked about the pedal going long. Here's what he most recently told his team.
Yeah, I'll be bringing up here for sure. Pedals are solid now. What's the minus 8? They came back away. You took the foot fans off. Pedals still super solid. Minus 4 minus 2 forward. You don't need the right front, all in the right side switch if you need it. But it looks like not back to us.
All right, Jeff, so you heard what Tyler was reporting about the race. What's your little concern as we are just 28 laps into this race?
I thought he gave great information, right? He started out, he said he had a long pedal, meaning the pedal was not. You go to hit the pedal and it's loose. It doesn't stop the car. It doesn't get friction. But then that got better. But, why the change? What's going on? These long straights and heavy braking zones are worries for crew chiefs, for mechanics about brake failure. I don't think this is typically a race where we had that kind of issue, but I do not like starting the race with brake issues.
So long pedal is either temperature or knockback. Let's talk temperature first. When you take a look at the front of the 45 car, the center is normally, as you would imagine, it's hard to see because it's all very dark. But let me see if I can do this without messing it up. Right here, I'm going to take a look at the right front. You see that 3/4 of a hole open up top on the left side? We'll take another look at like a half on the bottom and a half on the top of those circles. That's cooling to the ducts, right? So you could pull that tape off if it was a temperature thing. But what they talked about is knockback. So basically, knockback is as you go over those bumps that we talk about handling, it literally takes the pads and bangs them away from the rotor. So now if you step on the pedal, the first 2/3 of the pedal is to just push it back when they go off without the bouncing and without the shaking. So thank God it's knockback. Jeff, way less of a concern for knockback. Now, you're not like as a race car driver, but I don't feel that's going to fail. If it was a temperature thing, that would concern me.
Now, what you can't do also is once you realize and believe it's that knockback you talked about, then you just pump the brake pedal once. So when you get to the corner, to get the pad there, so that when you get to the corner, you have the ability to slow the car down. There are things you can do to help that knockback, but those are done to the shop on Wednesday. Like the brake setting, nothing you can really adjust, at least from a crew chief standpoint. Josh Berry started with a little bit of brake.
Yeah, I've been there too. One day you're in a bad mood, next day things are a lot better. I've been there before.
Create so much speed. He's moved his line around trying to make this fast.
The 3-time defending Cup Series champion Joey Logano has driven that 22 since the start of 2013, but it's also been driven by NASCAR's first Cup champion, Red Byron. He drove it, won the inaugural championship. Also, Hall of Famer Fireball Roberts won it 30 times. Also, Hall of Famer Bobby Allison won his 1993 Cup championship, driving the 22.
It's time to say not so fast chronic kidney disease. Because with a progressive disease like CKD, slow is good. And believe me, I know all about slow. That's why I'm here to tell you about Jardiance. It's a little pill proven to slow the progression of CKD and reduce the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration and can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired, and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use it allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
So go on, say not so fast CKD. Ask your doctor about Jardiance for chronic kidney disease.
Drop whatever you're doing right now. The Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal is here. That's 2 Tender Bacon cheeseburgers, medium fries, and a medium drink. So you better be on your way. Bacon needs the number one. The number one deal for the number one bacon cheeseburger, gotta be Wendy's.
Does he go the easy way or the hard way?
We're going to get a lot done.
See you all over Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
It is getting super close up front. Josh Berry took a big lunge at Joey Logano, and it just lost a little bit of ground, but it was the closest that he's been to the race leader so far, with 32 to go in stage one. Let's see if he has another run as Logano comes on the inside of John Hunter Nemechek, and Berry just shadowing, lurking and watching and waiting for an opportunity.
Look right there on the left. If you're going to pass the 22, you're going to have to be at your best because he is the best at defending his position. I think that's only even magnified more when you're the leader of the race. That's like an even another step. So he's number one of all the playoff drivers. Number one, really, number one the field. That is his spot to hold. Talking back to the shot right there. Ryan Blaney has run two versus second place guys down. And they were fighting each other a little bit, trying to get around John Hunter. That's given Blaney an opportunity.
And it's 4 power cars, 1, 2, and 3. Logano, Berry, and Blaney in the playoffs that have been dominated by Jokic Racing Toyotas. The highest place James Young are at the moment is Denny Hamlin in 12th.
What I will say about this 12 is now recovered the third. Remember, he lost a few spots off the start. Jeff and I both got winning. He wasn't great on new tires and practice. So Marty, it looked to me like in the first start, he was just maybe a little careful. He had probably one of the best cars in practice. Like he was taking care of it. But I think at some point, if on the next restart he has the same issue, he might need a little help from the team to fire up speed.
That's what I was going to ask you about, Steve.
Well, we'll see. Kind of hard to imagine Larson doesn't have a win at New Hampshire yet.
Showing up for Ryan Blaney right now, but to start second and drop all the way back to seventh, and then drive all the way back up to third to get a challenge for second here in a moment. See, if you were Jonathan Hassler, would you be worried about the start of the race? The driver Ryan Blaney hasn't said a word about it when he got back to seventh, and now he could be back up to third.
It's a cliche, but silence is gold. So if my driver's not complaining about it, I'm going to assume, Jeff, that the experienced, the champion behind the wheel doesn't need a fix, because I believe that Ryan, as should any driver, is going to make a
split up, 3 wide in turn 1. That's a great example right there,
And
Steve.
Blaney's up to 12.
Very trying to make something happen, and it didn't work, and he actually lost spots.
SVG's still right in the top 10. Love to see it.
You always want to go around it. You got a guy behind you that has a lot of speed. You have to decide, if I don't make this fast, what's going to happen? You saw it right there. So back to that story, just to close the loop on Blaney. I think, Marty, I would ask him, I would leave it up to just him being quiet on the radio, just confirm what I'm seeing. But if he's not complaining, I wouldn't be concerned if we look off the rear bumper of the 22. Thanks to Hunt Brothers Pizza. You just look back right there. That's what the 12 does the best. It's that no man's land in the middle of the corner. There's not much you can do as a race car driver. At some point, front tires just have to do the work. And he drives in, and watch this. It turns down. See how it turns? It gets. I know it looks very little, but you know how much better that car drives when you can unwind the wheel and it actually does what it's supposed to do. Mikey's had a string of top 10s here, but not in the last few races. That's been 18 or worse. But he was very optimistic coming into this race today, saying we feel this is our best chance to win here in New Hampshire. It may have taken 45 laps to get in, but finally, it's Logano and Blaney back in the top 2 positions like it was at the drop of the green. And Blaney is the man on the move. Here he comes.
It's an opportunity for Blaney. Logano had to enter turn 3 much lower than he wanted to, trying to get around the 41 Custer. So now he's clear Custer. Now that puts Blaney in the position of having to enter the corner lower. See right there, he can't stay the bottom. Now we got Logano to turn, get rotated.
Custer running in the 32nd spot. Ware, Kyle Busch, Dawson Davies up at 4, John Hunter, Jack and Jones of the legacy cars. When they run good together. Unfortunately, at the moment, both a little off the pace together. 41 of Custer. Next up the road is Stenhouse Jr. That 47. They're bringing it up because out of the sight now with the 9 of Chase Elliott. He kind of got through the traffic a little bit, running 21st, but now is straightaway ahead. I think that was a nice job of confirming he should stay in the lead lap and everything goes right to 23 more. And yeah, bad first lap. Chase Elliott. So since the end of lap 1, he's made up 11 positions to get himself back up to 21st.
He just ran the fastest lap of anybody on the racetrack the lap before that. So he has good pace. But they're going to have to find a way to get track position. Good battle for the lead right here.
Stenhouse Jr. is the car immediately in front of Joey Logano. Here comes Ryan Blaney. Switches the line. Will they go straight right on corner exit? Not possible. So watch what Blaney's going to do. In that bright yellow and green banana.
Right, so Logano's led every single lap.
How's he going to set his teammate up?
47 there.
Around the bottom if you're a Ryan Blaney fan.
Oh, man, he really had to clear that 47. You know, late in the race,
You might just kind of slide across the middle of the 47, but over lap 50, just being patient. Barry says, man, this looks like fun. We'll get back in it, and he's joining the same.
see how a leader is catching a lap off. Out of the three, you can change the dynamics of who can win this race. So back to this late in the race, you want to try to catch a lap car, not use it as a pit. Take advantage of that to try to get the lead. We will see that as this race continues.
We showed you the numbers for
Damn, SVG's up to 5th.
all the playoff drivers. He was absolutely number one with the fence. Well, look who is behind him. Number one on passing. So this is number one when it comes to the NASCAR Insights. The best passer is the best defender at one of the toughest racetracks. It's going to be a great battle.
I don't think there's enough defense to go with a Chronicle right now. Joey did it on the Locker racetrack. Joey keeps going there. Blaney in the last corner said, I'm going to try the top. Here he goes again. Can you get on the outside?
The other conflict this year, the new
Yeah.
Ryan Blaney, having misfortune after misfortune, DNF after DNF. Well, the back half of this season has been anything but that. It's been a massive turnaround. And Blaney has been the most consistent.
And Blaney's going for the lead.
Logano with his teammate. Logano says no, not yet. I'm not ready to relinquish the lead.
It's going to be difficult to pass. Good form over there right here, though.
Here we go.
Turn one, Blaney can outrun.
There we go.
So this is going to sound crazy because we got just a pass. But if you ask me before qualifying,
Blaney to the lead.
Blaney leading every lap. The car car was unbelievable, and it's showing up again. But Joey Logano, his ability with Paul Wolf to put that qualifying run out there, he put the first 52 laps. Obviously, they need to adjust their car to be better than Blaney. But what a great run for the 22. This first stage does require a pit stop. You know it's a sprint from lap 0 to lap 70. So the 17 more laps, you can think about what your car needs, and you can look out the window, Jeff, and say, I guess you do that. But that's what I need. Took him a little over 50 laps to get there, but Ryan Blaney leads the race. And a quick reminder for all the NASCAR fans, when in Las Vegas, you can stay with the races day at the South Point Hotel Casino and Spa, the ultimate pit stop, the Las Vegas Strip. South Point, everything you want, all under one roof. Okay, big wheel.
Good seeing you, mate. Oh, you need my beautiful new ride. Go with Progressive Name Price tool. I went and found the right auto insurance rate for me. You know this thing can traverse any terrain.
No, that's not what you brought me onto your driveway.
Some things you can handle by finding auto insurance coverage that's right for you with Progressive Name Price tool.
Wait, what happened to the pool?
Oh, well, you know, I think it disappeared with the turn.
And with what you're looking to say about it, not so much.
With the new IHOP value, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place. Where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. Cheesy, bacon scrambles with crispy hash browns are also just $6. Where French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy place every day at IHOP.
When it comes to your wireless plan, don't settle for less. Get more with a free 5G phone and real unlimited data from Straight Talk. More ways to connect. Stream the last lap of the race. And when you spend less with Straight Talk, you can get more moments to yourself by getting something for them. Switch to Straight Talk and get a free 5G phone on us on America's most reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, official partner of NASCAR. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Pod's last sale of the summer is even bigger than ever. Now you can save up to 30% on moving and storage until September 22nd. Whether you're relocating to your new home or renovating your current one, don't miss this bigger than ever offer. Save up to 30% today. Go to pods.com. Drop whatever you're doing right now. The Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal is here. That's 2 chicken bacon cheeseburgers, medium fries, and a medium drink. So you better be on your way. Bacon and turn along. The number one deal for the number one bacon cheeseburger, gotta be Wendy's.
The final shot for the championship four comes down to a track that's big win from day one. Very Martinsville. Close quarters, tight corners, and a fan experience that brings you so close to the action, all of the mayhem will be right at your fingertips. NASCAR playoffs weekend at Martinsville Speedway. You can taste that at MartinsvilleSpeedway.com.
The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs.
All right.
Hampshire Speedway continues. We thank Toyota for presenting it. So 11 to go from this point in the opening stage of this race. There is the 5. Kyle Larson chasing down Tyler Reddick. That's the 5 for 7th. Come on.
Logano's falling to third now. Yeah, I'm trying to get some of my backlog of videos uploaded. So I'm just trying to get those out of the way. So far, the Gibbs guys are 14th, 15th, 16th, and Denny Hamlin is 11th. So they haven't shown up yet. Damn, legacy drivers are outside the top 30.
Opportunity or the lack of opportunity to score points straight up in the opening stage. Another and third in the big picture scheme of things as Reddick is persistent on that inside line of Carson Hosevar. By the way, ahead of Carson Hosevar is Shane Van Gisbergen. SVG has been running in the top 5 for about the last 5 or 6 laps. He's had a really good run today. Good practice yesterday. Trying to build that oval track knowledge. Last car, Martin, up next spot at the start of the race.
They got side by side. That's all of a sudden couldn't go anywhere.
This battle absolutely continues with the drivers that are outgunned us out at the stage, right? We have Bobby Restraint Syndrome, 16, Briscoe 17. Briscoe had an amazing first round, qualifying lights out.
Oh, spin. Wow. Caution's out. Cody Ware goes for a spin.
Very awkward, right? Because we'll probably restart before the end of the stage. Definitely warm tires, but when somebody tries to steal some points, what happens here?
They're trying to stay in the lead lap. Remember that. 34 to 3.
Oops.
On Dylan. Hey, man, I gotta get going here.
And 3 just sent the 51 around. Whoops.
Well, very late up the racetrack.
Imagine if they just kept going.
So my point in this is 7 to go right here. I assume we'll see what NASCAR does. We'll take it over to 5 to go, or restart with maybe 2 to go. New tires or whatever the heat, but if you are Wallace, Elliott, Briscoe, Syndrome, if you gamble, try to stay out and steal some stage points. Now the fear is you can give it all your tracking to the 7th stage because the majority of the field is on in here not to get. I think easy call, my call would be to just hit right now. I think you just have to kind of stick. This race is so short. You gotta kind of stick with the path. Not tough day to be an outlier. Bubba Wallace currently running 20th. What's the stage? All right, you're ready. We're not looking at it right now. That's all. So, you don't have to crash. I don't care about mine. Just not going to crash.
See, I'm watching my back. She was preheating the mic. That's probably not heating that.
So I know it sounds awful. I would start with what's affecting him first, the loose end, because I believe Andy's jumped on crashing, right? You can't do that. So try to fix the entry, and if it makes it a little worse, then yes, as a driver, like you have to help me out, man. I'm trying to give you something. All right, hit road goes with decision time. It would be a must hit for me. The gamble would be to stay.
All right, here they come.
I don't even know if you can hold somebody off on the tires as much as they're losing grip. Connecticut's Ron Chris gets the 3 tops, and the 60 Maywood fifth lane comes along and hits there.
After anything top left, Tyler Reddick, rear brake went away like a light switch. He said, you'll see the tires going out. William Byron top brake tight. And they said the ride quality was very bad. Had a little hop to it. 4 tires hit on the ground.
From second to 7th to 1st for Ryan Blaney. So they took off a little bit too tight. They got better as they ran. And then took Southland out for about a drive off. It's really good.
Blaney's going to win the race off pit road.
So Blaney Berry was down on the race off. Good work from the 2014. Here's another look from Ryan Blaney's viewpoint.
Oops. Damn, Blaney got lucky.
As a person living with diabetes, I'm all about making progress. Progress isn't about overhauling your life or always being perfect. My progress is making smart choices to help lower my A1C with my Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor. It's the little wins, baby. And anyone can cost of other CGMs, but that's a big win.
Try for free at Freestyle Libre 3.us/share.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Still here, but so glad you played the ball.
We'll take it.
Fresh adventures awaits at the Roseau Auto Mall with 20 top brands and thousands of vehicles in stock daily. Your new adventure is just a short drive or click away. Level up with a new vehicle during our trade-in and trade-up event. Now it's a Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best. But this is Sacramento, our job is to bring tourists into this market. We often say that tourism is about the tourists, it's about the people who live here and improving the quality of life for our residents. And the reality is when we host one of the largest wine conventions in the United States, we also bring in music festivals that are food service, about the activity, because we love the city, we're passionate about Sacramento. And we look for that in our partners, and certainly the 5-star bank, we see that same passion. They love this city, they love this community, and they want to be a part of seeing it be successful. NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And by Triple One Bank, NASCAR American Express card. Fans here in the Northeast enjoying a beautiful Sunday afternoon. What a contrast going from the high banks of Bristol Motor Speedway to the pretty much flat track here in New Hampshire. Flat but variable, Jeff. We see cars everywhere, but the apron, which is in use, only about 3 degrees in the middle, 6 degrees up top, which leads to some crazy restarts. Crazy race now. You're going to see a restart. And you can see at the bottom of the racetrack, not even really the racetrack, it's the apron. If you are a 3-mile rule to race down there, it is less making, but it's the shortest way around. But you can see how it's being used on the very first lap of the race. Everybody's trying to be a little careful. You can imagine at this late in the race how much more aggressive they're going to be. If they're going to be all over this race.
Kurt Busch gave the command to start engines, and Richie Craven drove the pace car.
It's almost like some camber, going back into the racetrack. So it's very much different, even between two car wins. Now my eyes are really focused on the control car Ryan Blaney. He was the best car given a run, but let's remind him for the second to seventh on the original start. Now he has control of the race. He goes to the outside. I love everything I've seen so far. We'll see though if they've been able to kind of cure some of those short run issues. Remember, this is going to be, I think, just a one-lap sprint. Is that right? One-lap sprint into the stage. Yeah, historically, it's hard to keep up with the bottom line and the V-start zone. There's more grip on the outside lane on the straight, the V-start zone. It got very, if you enter turn one, alongside Blaney, he has a chance to get this pass up, and it all starts in the restart zone. Clear track ahead. Pace car leaves the racing surface.
All right, one lap shootout. Here we go.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to the live stream, okay?
The 21 and the 77. Hocevar looks at Josh Berry and gets it inside right exactly what Steve and Chip had told you about with that animation. But Berry hangs tough. Fire it up on the high side. And now Ryan, I think, is in the third position right here. He gets the 21 down. Gets good water exit speed. He gets the pass. It's racing to the line.
They come to the line. Blaney, stage 1 winner.
Short run speed, fixed for the 12. He shot up the front of the field like a rocket on that restart. That worked nicely, didn't that? Next stage win of the year is his second.
All right, Ryan Blaney, stage 1 winner. Logano second. Byron third. Josh Berry fourth. Hocevar fifth. Larson sixth. SVG seventh. Alex Bowman eighth. Reddick ninth. And Michael McDowell is your top 10 in stage 1.
Revoke works differently. It's a one-state repel. When symptoms try to take control, I got rapid relief with Revoke. Check.
Revoke helped visibly repair my intestinal lining. Check.
I got lasting steroid-free remission with Revoke. Check.
Rapid symptom relief. Visible repair of the intestinal lining.
And lasting steroid-free remission. Check, check, check.
Revoke the lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, stab, heart attack, and stroke occur. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you have these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoke, or pregnant, or more. Don't take it allergic or have an infection. Put UC and chronic check and keep them there with Revoke.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Revoke. It's very happy to help you save.
Lots of protein, tasty sauce, all under 500 calories. Keep it with Subway's new fresh thick mayonnaise. Subway, eat fresh, feel good. As a person living with diabetes, I'm all about making progress. My progress is making smart choices to help lower my A1C with a Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor. It's the little ones, baby.
Try for free at freestylelibre3.us/share.
French toast nibblers or just nachos? Actually, I was thinking about heading out only because I want to beat the traffic. If I'm going to sleepovers the next house, that's what the game's on. You're a no cricket guy. I'm from Texas. Where does never compromise? Yeah. I mean, how can you call yourself a sports fan without Xfinity? You got multi-view, that's college and booking.
Hot flash sale in the summer is even.
You're about to. Yes, let's do fun. I've got a little recipe, but I can't tell you. I think they're going to be.
This is the Mobil 301 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the love of driving. Mobil 1 and the 301 is the 301 laps of this race, the first race in the round of 12 in the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. We're at the stage sprint, so let's get some updates. Get good, kick us off.
Yeah, and as we talk Hendrick Motorsports, they said they've been making some gains on these shorter, flatter tracks. Maybe we're seeing it here today. Kyle Larson currently running in the 6th position after starting 16th. And maybe the math, they feel like they need to earn 23 points per race this round to move on. They made a little dent in that, rounding a handful of state points right now, though Kyle Larson just saying little 3 on the bottom, 3 on top, but overall it doesn't feel bad. Dylan?
Danny Hamlin had fallen back to nearly 15th at one point, was able to drive back to 11th and finish that stage. So a nice rebound, but the only problem is they didn't get any points there. This is a team like many of the teams, but especially on this 11 team, very, very putting a lot of emphasis on this race and next week in Kansas. They don't want to go to the road for 3 weeks with very small of a points buffer, so trying to maximize their days the next 2 weeks is very critical, Marty.
Well, for Chase Elliott fans, some positive news. Back after that run, Jeff mentioned it on the air. Chase Elliott was very strong. In fact, for a number of laps, he had the top 3 fastest car. And he told Alan Cutchison before that last stop, he said, once it got going, it maintained really well. So Chase Elliott, who started 27th, already up to 16th, hoping to sneak into the top 10 by the end of stage 2.
Ryan Blinding proudly gets to drive the 12, but who was something came before him? Had that Hall of Famer, Bobby Allison. He won it 25 times, including the ADS 500. Neil Bonnet won it 3 times while driving for Jimmy Johnson. Now got Ryan Newman in 2008, that 500 win.
Dinner time is going to be clean and nice. Things to go for the inside.
They say patience is the virtue. I say game's on in 15 minutes, which is why we got to go. It's to go time. How about the car?
Push guy, bold and smooth surprises. To avoid going in circles, take note of recognizable landmarks, like that. What's wrong with going in circles? Different circles, Ross. Okay. And from the mountains.
We represent people who stay for their lives. That is how we need to drop this kiss.
We're going to face from the slow. We do not surrender. Big stick.
Down Red Black was murdered. They knew about it. They covered it up.
If you want to screw the people who screwed out Parliament, one thing you need to do.
The Rainmaker is a 10 on USA. Defeated the Rocky Rock. The Chevy Trash. The Monk striking looks with an impressive capability. Pleasantly standard with the ground features like Chevy Safety Assist.
And stay connected with the available 11-inch diagonal color touch screen.
See your Central Valley Chevy dealer.
Kick off savings with a new vehicle at Tracy Ford, your Ford truck stop. Right now, lease a brand new 2025 Mach-E Select for $369 a month, or lease a brand new 2025 Ford F-150 for just $499 a month. Tracy Ford is the smart place to shop next with us. Visit us online at tracyford.com. Tracy Ford is just up Highway 205 in the Grand Line that you go visit. Drive a little and save a lot at Tracy Ford.
Beautiful Central Valley is a place we're proud to call home. That's why Walter gives the local charities and offer private service. So come in today for some hometown hospitality.
See your Central Valley Chevy dealer.
NASCAR on USA is brought to you by National America. What would you like the power to do? And by Mobil 1, for the love of driving. And loving driving here today, the NASCAR Cup Series playoff from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, presented by Toyota. This is the Mobil 301, and we're getting ready to go back to racing. Stage 2. Beautiful afternoon, but really cool evenings and mornings up here. But the days have been fantastic. Here we go racing for playoffs. For these fans here on the most northern stop on the Cup Series Tour. Big race. Trucks been here, qualifying race early yesterday. You can see with another start gift. Nice 90 miles. Nice good inside turn 1 and watch the middle. This is fantastic. It's so cool. It's awesome. Up here, myself, 60 miles here. Of course, this was one all the time. I got to see the Cup Series as a kid, right? Unless we went south or to another area, this is our local track. I had the first Xfinity race here. And from the time we got here to the time we left, you could feel the energy. The fan base here is real. They love NASCAR racing.
Little Morris Jackson.
People are happy to see us. It's good crowd, good fun. Great food, right? If you're friendly, let's go where you ain't at the stage. I'll give you a chance to see how you get treated. Slowly towards the Echo Park Automotive restart zone to get stage 2 going.
All right.
Just 2 leaders in the opening stage, and they have to get teammates who started on the front row. Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney.
All right, here we go. Back to green. Time for stage number 2.
The black and yellow car has just been creeping its way forward. It's Timothy Taylor from the front line leader, and the youngster, Carson Hocevar, is right in the mix in that 77. We're back at 24 car. Need to make this final work. He does it. 21 is going to build a gap behind the 22 to possibly take the spot for Williams. I was actually pretty impressed with the acceleration of the 24 after he started going. Remember those were one-lap stuff tires at the bottom? It was so hard to restart sometimes. You see Brad kind of fighting with that. There was one trick on the apron that he talked about the back portion of the racetrack. Kind of made something happen. Let's try and decipher something from a distance, right? We don't know what kind of setup Stephen Doran, the crew chief for Shane Van Gisbergen, has come up with, or what Shane's experiencing. But now that the playoff pressure is off him, could that be contributing to this pretty amazing run? It's not going to be a race on what it could, but I will tell you that Ross Chastain made some comments this week about getting some help. He's in the playoffs for this teammate from Chevrolet, and I think that's a fair assessment for Ross Chastain. This is what he needs SPG. There's no doubt that he needs help for the road course, but now there's a solid run. You look at the air pressure this year. You can take the speed back. Look at his car back. He's currently leading the track out of car running in the 5th position. I thought he was fine. Yeah, did a nice job there. It's great. 2 guys side by side in Josh Berry and Shane Van Gisbergen, who unfortunately last week at Bristol got bounced out of the playoffs. I'm going to tell you, between the 45 of Redding scheme, the 5 of Larson Page scheme, and the 11, but then you were behind them, you get lost and see a blue and white. That's all very similar. The PG just came white clear. Georgia Marcy clear red. Dan and Josh Berry down at the outside. SPG to the bottom.
Up, contact. Whoa, there goes the 21.
They got good speed, but it hasn't mattered because of issues. Watch this right here. Very tough pass. SPG is trying to make it to the bottom. Josh Berry wants to pitch to him to not give him the lane he wants. I know it looks like the EG is running what we think the lane is, but really the lane is a diamond. You kind of come back to the bottom. I think the EG, I put that on SPG. Let's take a look from here. Yeah, what's your opinion? Racing happens. You know what I mean? Like look, it's easy. It's easy to watch in slow motion and say, well, Scott taking down a foot, that guy went up a foot. But the fact of the matter is, they're racing for
track position on a very difficult racetrack to pass, and just two of them come together. You got very fan, you say, hey, 88, spun him out. With SVG fan, you say, the 21 came down the hill, just racing. We've seen for as long as NASCAR racing is on. Is that one too? Yeah, that is a great point. That is right behind that. Larson.
Well, let's go inside the area. Shane Van Gisbergen and have a listen.
Yeah, this is pretty well out of yeah, sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. Can't take that off.
Yeah, and I can see SVG's point, right? It's possible to get that shot right here. John Gary has the advantage. SVG throttles up, rolls the middle. Everyone comes down in contact. And John Gary is trying to pitch it off. Keep them from having momentum on corner exit, and they just make contact.
That could have been two cars hitting each other leaving the parking lot, right?
At whatever speed, they were both converging. And for the 88, his option is to quickly chop the gas and kind of move the 21 up. The 21's kind of move the 88 down.
They were open that time. I didn't know maybe the leaders would come or not.
Always set a green flag lap, so obviously they feel like these tires hold on well enough.
Some of the tires further back to put fresh tires on. Now Barron's coming down the road, as you would imagine. So, well, we're set. Regroup and go racing when we come back.
Pick up.
All right, kick this off. Oh,
Hey, guys.
sorry. For a little more precise measurements, try to put 3D tour on homes.com. It's the true digital model of listing.
Yeah. How about this? When I put myself out. Homes.com, the place to find a place.
it's Subway's new fresh pick menu, featuring the grilled chicken and avocado, 35 grams of protein, full serving of veggies, and our bomb hot chipotle sauce. All under 500 calories. Keep moving. Subway's new fresh pick menu. Subway, eat fresh, feel good. Shop Wall Styles at Ashland. Easily made for everyone with a dining table that extends to fit your crew. Get back and relax after the meal on reclining sectional sofas. Get everything you need for a vacation at Ashland.
In 1982, he
French
was
toast nibblers?
right
Actually, I was thinking about picking up only because I'm but why the super over the next house? That's what it is. You're in North Carolina.
district superintendent of the district.
I mean, how can you call yourself a sports guy without a team? Like, multi-crew? That's the college and teams. Only one place. Not going anywhere.
His retirement was announced July 1st, 2013. He was outside December 1st, 2013. Yes,
So you can't say either.
In 2016, he retired. He was appointed to the local pastor salary line at the church for the Reverend Howard. They all applied to youth pastor to the list of the Golden Youth World Championship. On the board of directors of the Church Association.
We might mention earlier that Jeff Barrington, who rejoicing in his turning fortune, talked to the Wood Brothers. We're looking at this tweet from just a few moments ago. And they said things were looking up, so no one thinks that yes, let's go through again. We'll have one of themselves. Well, it's good. It's SBC already apologized. I'm having differing opinions on that, but it's one of those things. Unfortunate for Josh Berry. He had been racing brilliantly. Great qualifying, great opening stage. Looking to be his turnaround fortune of the three very typical playoff races.
I'm not sure how much damage the car has. I think, you know, there's still 215 laps to go. As long as it's conservative, everything is good. 21 line up. I mean, I like to see something. I mean, it could have gone worse. for the fourth one in the first round. They're going to go and bounce it with the rest. It was just a big issue. So 7 of the top 10 are now playoff drivers. They're migrating their way forward. If they come to the
All right, back to green. Here we go.
Here comes Christopher Bell. Look at that Bruce Toyota Camry on the inside. He's sitting on a halfway spinner. Bell is off to it. Wide, well, Frank on the top of the racetrack. Look at Bell, pushing it, shoving, and look who's right behind him. She's going.
There's Noah Gregson in 10th.
Look at the speed that Boulevard little record uses for quarter entry. Let's go on board with thanks to Monster Energy. From Time Gibbs. As Michael went down, immediately ahead. Michael had a good run here last year up until the final 10 laps when he spun. There's no surprise to see him down here. Also at 6, he runs 10. Ready with that Ginsberg again. Here comes Bell. Gibbs surges in the middle. Straight wide and straight turn 4 coming up to the front stretch. There is a pretty spicy racing going on right now. Contact from Better Lane. And Bell on the launch. Contact from the 54. Oh, that's going to be tight. Man, I didn't think anything would work. I mean, really. It was a brilliant weekend last weekend for Time Gibbs. He led so many laps. He went more laps at Bristol than any other. And then it all kind of went sideways on Jansen. He had a tire issue. He had a tire that was going down. He couldn't pull the car up coming into the pits. And from that point on, it all went away. But we spoke to him at least yesterday. He said, I'm going to do projects because there were so many from Bristol. And here he's giving himself a shot at a good result. He was so aggressive right here. 3 wide, just 3 laps in New Hampshire. See Christopher Bell, he wants to get a roll still right there, but he just can't do it. The car walks up the racetrack. Good acceleration on quarter exit, but gives up too much ground in the middle of the corner. Ham's trying to take advantage of the 20 being a little bit tight in the middle of the corner. I'll go back and last week on summerheats.com. I felt that, Brian. I thought he was in position to win that race a week ago at Bristol. For that last caution tonight, it was chaotic with the tires, but I'm not sure how it was going to go about that final yellow, but I think we're going to turn the whole year around. When sometimes makes you forget about the slow start they had. The year in, whether it's 15. I'm going to mention that the in addition to build submarines, that car is done in a design of the Boston Red Sox. You're not going to do that? No. I'm not the doubt, but with RFK, they have the Fenway group. Same group that is the owner of the Red Sox, so I'm not going to need it. Process names on the inside there, Bubba Wallace. He made some changes that were made on that first stop that helped him as Wallace starts to come back. I know it doesn't sound as pretty as it should, but he's making a move here. Might be a 2 for 1. As he's on the inside of Chastain and Keselowski. So that McDonald's Toyota Camry is working better than what was at the end of stage one. It's so funny because he was thinking I'm going to have two cars, and Briscoe was thinking I'm going to finally pass the 23. And if he can pull out the line, so now they're trying to roll him outside, and the 23 can't pass the one right there. The 19 is going to try to stay on the regular quarter panel of the 23, not let him accelerate. The frustration level is high. Look where they're running. They're back in 16, 17, 18 place. The playoff drivers. This looks like pretty standard normal racing, but the third lane is more competitive than I remember. And let's throw Justin Haley into the mix, and here comes the two of Austin Cindric. Like, look at the 19. Now has position. Let's just see what happens on corner entry. Well, we have a roll right here. Faster to the center. It's just so hard to get the ball down and not feel the real time. That's why I can't make that pass. That front tire turn, trying to get the point, goes to the throttle, and the rear tire just won't hook up. So, quietly sneaking his way forward, position by position, even at the expense of one of his playoff teammates. William Byron is
2 hours ago. I don't know if it's going to take the Fresno sub or go to the Martinez sub. Whoever comes this way.
No, because there's been question marks over Kyle. And his form of late, his philosophy, what you can say, is that it may not look pretty. There was one defining point, and that was Darlington. Darlington was not good for our group at all, but boy, we ran a lot. And he says Kyle's through with his other racing. Once you get beyond the Knoxville Nationals, he's got 100% focus. He is totally focused on this. And he said, don't be surprised if you see a much improved result out of this guy this weekend. Well, Jeff's words are ringing true so far, because Larson's up to 4. Good run to 5, yes. 24 right behind him as well. Here's the 9. I'd like the first stage that the teams could run start to finish. The second stage will require a pit stop. We have 85 laps to go. They run about 90 on fuel. They currently run about 20. The difference is if these tires continue to lose grip, then maybe stop a little bit shorter in the cycle. We'll just have to work and see. You see how close everyone comes to the a lap or two over Jeff. It's the big crawl. Those first tires might let you kind of, undercut or hit early in the cycle and deep crawl 4 or 5 over the cycle. There's been plenty of chaos and close racing, but up front, out in front, to the tune of 2 seconds is Ryan Blaney. Look at that gap over his teammate.
See, methods are always motorsports madness. The reason we do all this shit in there. And family will be obliged. Where you at? Say about it, how about some short recordings on yes,
Wait, what happened to the pool?
Oh, well, I think it disappeared on the down.
And wait, what?
Now, the Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal is here. That's 2 turkey cheeseburgers, medium fries, and room drinks. So you better be on your way. The number one cheeseburgers, the choices that we make can change lives.
Here on USA, the NASCAR playoffs continue, presented by Toyota at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We're at fourth of Toyota Mobil Motors, but what's looking positive is now taking a bit of a turn because he's been swapped by several drivers. Here's the Morgan Chevy for Kyle Busch, the three-time winner here in Loudon. Let's have a look what happened while we're in the break. Presented by Matt here. I don't know how first, but you got contact. These guys have been going at it. You know, the Kyle Busch is not happy. That's it, about 31st. Same there to Riley Hoops. And it is since cleared meanwhile we climb up towards the front a little more. Lane continues to extend his lead. Here are the JGR teammates. Mike Gibbs and Denny Hamlin. This is the 11th and 12th. These guys have been going at it also. Ravel right behind him. Not where we want it to be. Big battle between the 54 and the 11. Listen to Denny Hamlin. Frustration out of the veteran driver when his younger teammate you can see between him and Bell being stuck behind him, racing for a championship. I'm on either side of this. I think if we were inside the top 5, I would side with Ty Gibbs. So yeah, and I'm racing as hard as I can. But I love it from last to 12. Right there, you would think. I think we should show this on camera for the next few laps, but I'm not sure it's done. I think they're very frustrated. Oh, here we go. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Yes, sir.
Gibbs goes around.
Off the front of the down lane. Here you go. Shake his head at the bottom left. Eddie Hamler's frustration. That's moving 3 and 4. And look, 54 racing hard. Eddie got all the way up there and then raced him off the corner.
Good job trying to find a way to piss off your team.
Here it is again. This is going on for many laps. Denny made him up the racetrack for 3 and 4. That was the, hey man, I had enough. Time to go. Denny Hamler just simply sent him around. Well, it rolled. Yellow though. He sees the situation. Yeah, he sees dynamics. Young driver trying to make his way. Drivers behind him in the playoff. Ty Gibbs is not giving any ground whatsoever. This will be an interesting Monday for all these guys to sit down and have a conversation. And Will, I'm trying to put myself in Chris Gabehart or the executives in Gibbs' position because, you know, I will want every driver to give me the best for their car. But where does that change? Where do you concede to a teammate? And I don't think that's a clear line. Each organization, each team is going to have a different line. I don't know what has been, decided in the meetings or said ahead of time. So I'm trying to understand what that meeting would look like. Tense is what the meeting would look like. But I don't know which side of the line this will fall. Like, I really don't. Like, it's easy to pick on Danny Allen and then you go to just pass the right hand. Yeah, even if he is your teammate. And I can almost get a little bit of anger side to say, hey man, we're racing for a championship. Me and my teammate Bell. But at the end, it's going to be this man that's going to have to kind of dig through it all. And that's what happens when you are looking at the old right? Your name's on the building. You have to have these tough conversations. And listen, this is a man that's been having tough conversations on the sideline of football games, winning Super Bowls. So, this is nothing new for Coach Gibbs. Let's listen in more on the 11.
Are they afraid to talk to him? I sort of feel like they're just scared of him. I don't know the answer to that right now. I'm just focused on trying to get less of it, and we'll talk about it after a while.
Great work by the crew chief of getting his driver focused. Chris Gale hears him. He doesn't antagonize him. He doesn't fire up. He goes, I don't know the answer to your question, but right now we're going to get the 11, the best finish possible. 189 to go with New Hampshire. I like that. Some experience on the 11. New combination with DH and Chris Gale. I like what Chris had to say. The issue's not going to be solved yet. No better off just saying, all right, say nothing. Just say nothing. Bro, you know a conversation is coming. You know what's going to happen. And just nothing productive is going to happen at the
racetrack today.
Was that the radio from Ty Gibbs?
Look, this is going to be a huge moment at Joe Gibbs Racing. It just simply is. I have a family member that's racing, right? That's always a little tense. His frustration is, hey, just push me to the garage. That's what he's asking for. Don't look me up, just push me. The director's trying to hook him because he moment. That's what we're going to have to work through. And it's not going to be easy on either side. It's Joe Gibbs. This is where leadership is going to have to come through.
Pit lane's open. Kim Coon is standing by. Kimmy.
Yeah, good news for Kyle Larson fans. Driver for number 5 saying balance feels really good. Thinks he would actually be equal to 22 if he got ahead of Roosevelt. Then under changes for Larson and William Byron. That chassis knows it right there. Just too tight that I cannot go.
Do you like the car?
No,
Can I borrow $5?
I don't want any cash.
You don't have that in. Knock knock.
What?
Can I borrow your $10? I'll come back when I'll give it when I come back because I missed to exchange my money and
That's my fucking wallet. Hey, not too much.
I'm just handing it to you. I'm not stealing.
Here.
You want me to
10.
exchange 100 something?
Yeah,
Did you save it already?
I am saving it.
That's right. We got one hand smash, Amy's each side
I have to fix this wallet, but they want that and that and 100 mixed together. Saturday is back
My fucking.
on his wallet.
Styles at Ashley.
You know where to put the big one next time? You know where to put the big one next time?
I know where to put it. Thank you. I already know how to put.
Wow, Cameron.
Are you here just
Hey,
to?
those guys there have to go straight to the blue container, okay? Or on the one on top or next to your bike. The fill up the box there, the bag. And go to the farmer's market to buy kamote. And the party.
Go ahead, just borrow the fucking money.
2026 Adventure Van. Motorhome, 50 deals and more. And the absolute lowest prices on every
Cash is-
2025 RV in stock. Exceptional trading off and special low rate financing with no payments for 90 days. Happy Days exclusive. It's the sale you've been waiting for. The incredible fall clearance on now at Happy Days RV. Proudly family owned since 1974. Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HT, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month, where qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all Silverado 1500 models. See more in Northern California Chevy dealer.
Exciting careers are available now nationwide, ensuring the U.S. Navy has its next generation of submarines. If you're looking for a stable, impactful career, visit buildsubmarines.com. We build giant because it takes one to build one. Brad Keselowski is a giant in the NASCAR Cup Series, that's for sure. RFK still looking for its first win this season. He came so agonizingly close. Yesterday he said to me, like, get your forefinger and your thumb together. He said, I was this close. And I said, it's coming. And he said, I know. We did really well as a group. All three cars were up there towards the front last weekend in Bristol. So it's frustrating, but it's still in that building process. And lots of positives, for sure.
It's got feisty. It's got a little race there. It's got feisty. Look at this front row, Chase Briscoe. 2 tires, trying to find a way to get some track position. And how is this going to mix up the field? You know, that line doesn't go. In 1 and 2, what would be the effect of that, Marty?
Just chatting with James Small about that decision to go with white side tires only. They had a bad pit stop on their first first stop of the race, and they just could not go anywhere. So James said, hey, listen, if we head out of the back half of the top 10 by making this call, I call that a win for us to see. Sometimes you got to make a gamble like this. No, hey, I'm not going to stay in the lead, but if I can be in the top 10, that's a win.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, and I don't think I have the answer, is there been races here where you change just the lefts, because the lefts were a big contributor to the overall drive. Now the rights are much softer. James Small obviously had this in his mindset that this is a possible play he would put in there. James Small, I kind of like the aggression. Don't. It's not good to call the race from a point of fear. Sure. Yeah, go for it. Now, Chase Briscoe makes it look really smart on the restart.
All right, back to green. Here we go.
Leads the field to green. It's Briscoe in the 19. The Chuck gets racing. Logano on the inside.
Hocevar to the outside.
He's done that the entire race.
Oh, there we go. Oh, crash. Keselowski is Fiji. Oh my God. Suarez is in it. 6 cars got damaged.
Talked about restarts, how aggressive they would be. You've seen it. Damaging.
Let's have a look. And look a little further back. Keselowski, Christopher Bell went away with that. Skipped away. Keselowski in the back. Here's the view. Builds up very forward.
Yeah, that was way too.
Almost hit the inside wall. There you go. Yeah. Watch this. We talked about running the bottom of the racetrack. There's no banking down here. They get bobbered up. Brad goes to the bottom, and there's a wall right there.
I wonder if there's a tire mark.
I think Kyle Busch got damaged. I think Justin Haley got some.
What tire of 6? It sounded like he did. Look in here on the upper left. There we go. Middle of your screen, you're going to see this. He's going to catch this wall, right?
He does hit it, Johnson.
Wow.
Oh, nice. The Barco locomotive 1111.
Yesterday, we were in the pace car. I had a restart, and you got on the bottom, be ready to get up against the wall.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. The shotgun is right there.
Down there on corner exit, but
T-Bone says, you need damage to the wall. I can find it. Well done. Look at that.
there it is. So he's underneath SVG, and there's the wall. And just not enough room for him to be there. Now, look, I'm not so sure how close SVG was to the 20. Let's go back and see another replay of that. But he didn't move up, did he? Here it is.
Give him Christopher Bell.
The 48.
Yeah, the 48. To your point, Jeff, I thought it was the 20 as well because he had a lot of room for the 20, but he was right on the 48. And that's what happens, right? You get staggered. It's not just one car. You're kind of like Lego. You stack in there and these 8, 99, the score is just man.
Yeah, this happened because this 88 car lost a lot of spots on pit road, and that put him back in this position. He was running 7th, came out 13. There you go. Look at all this. There you go. Just not enough room for everybody.
If there's no damage to the front left of Christopher Bell's Reed Camry, that's a lucky escape. But he and Tyler Reddick both have had super close calls today. Here's the view from Ross Chastain.
You talk about moments that change your playoffs. This right here could be a day enter for the one. Watch how close this is.
Be white. Turns, I mean, just a great job. Jeff, behind the wheels, it looks just like that game. Like it's just, if you pick a left or a right, here's the one kind of right here in the middle of the mix. Watch him as he goes into this. That orange car. Below him, Bubba Wallace. I mean, you see Bubba Wallace. It looked like he got through there, with no stress, but I'm sure the heart rate went up. Nice job from Ryan Priest behind Chastain as well to arrest his speed and not slam into Chastain and turn him around.
And this is from Austin Cindric. Watch this. Oh, that's Suarez. That's all the orange. That's all the color of the car. I was looking at it from Cindric's point of view of that overhead. He came close to getting this wreck as well.
Nowhere to go for Kyle Busch, smashing into St. Van Gisbergen.
Don't mind me. I'm just the flu. I'm quite harmless, really. And when people ask, but I'm subject to dangerous flu complications like pneumonia, heart attack, and hospitalizations, I just say, but I'm just the flu.
Demand more from your flu shot. Sanofi higher dose flu vaccines are proven to provide better flu protection than standard dose flu shots in older adults. They've even been shown to better protect against flu-related complications.
Don't give Fluzone high dose if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, including egg products or after a previous dose of flu vaccine. Don't give flu block if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components. Tell your healthcare professional if you've had severe muscle weakness. Guillain-Barré syndrome. People with weakened immune systems may have a lower vaccine response. Vaccination may not protect everyone. Fainting has occurred.
All flu shots are not the same. Ask about Fluzone high dose or flu block at your local pharmacy or doctor's office. Drop whatever you're doing right now. The Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal is here. That's 2 tender bacon cheeseburgers, medium fries, and a medium drink. So you better be on your way. Making your turn. The #1 deal for the #1 bacon cheeseburger, gotta be Wendy's.
The Tempur-Pedic breeze makes sleep feel cool. So no more sweating all night or blasting your air conditioner. Because the Tempur Breeze feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long. Find cooler sleep with the Tempur Breeze collection at an absolute near you.
Moments away from going racing, going back to green here in New Hampshire. We're aboard the RFK Ford with thanks to Sanofi Flu Zone of Chris Busher. He, like the race leader, Chase Briscoe, also took tyres on that last stop, just 2 tyres, I should say. So we'll see how that works for him as we go back to racing. Chase Briscoe leads the field in green.
We're back to green.
Immediately behind Logano on the inside. Let's see if we can get through the first 2 turns successfully this time round. Logano on that low side, pressing Briscoe. And a good clean passage through there. Look at
Hindi ko
Kyle
like
on the
that.
inside. He sets up
Because
close
of the
on the
things that
opening.
I've been
Oh,
looking
he puts
to
it up, good bit into Logano a little bit. Larson went from 4th to
make
2nd. Beautiful move.
little thing.
3 wide up the front stretch, plenty on the inside. Hosovar and Logano.
Good mom. Yeah, I'll double your money.
Kid,
Yes,
yes, fine.
so don't spout. Don't spout. He's bribing them. He's bribing
Hosovar
them.
continues to work on Logano. In that double-wide line Chevrolet.
He's bribing.
The Spider Motorsport that clears him for the time being. Blaney looming in the background. And Larson is
He's
out
bribing
of the race
us all.
leader, Chase Briscoe. See that 21 car, he's worked himself all the
Nego
way
sige
back
para
up
mas
to
tumakas
15th
ang
place.
kamuti.
Got caught out, went back to last. Driven up to 15th. Great comeback. These two are stuck together, Logano and Hosovar. White to the lead. Briscoe is under the biggest amount of pressure because that Henry Carson optioning is right there. Look at this. Last time in the pits, Larson took 4 tyres. Remember, Briscoe only 2. How long is he going to be able to go toe-to-toe with Larson for?
Remember last week, late at Bristol on older tires in the position where that race was about to set up right on older tires. Did a really good job. And this car, 77 car, is fast on short runs. Earlier, the first run of the day had good speed, but was not able to hang on as well. But this is the strength.
81 James Small cruising to the 19, the 2-tire call. Will probably be passed by the 5, but now with 15 to go, just hopes to settle in maybe to the top 3 or 4. Blaney now working on Hosovar, following the stream battle for 4th.
You wonder other people watching this 19 car and their strategy. Yeah. They don't know how many laps for all tires. Will others try 2 tires? Good or a short run? He's running 16. He put on 2 tires and came out with the lead.
What have you observed, Steve, about that time degradation and fall off so far?
So I think it's the goal, which is they want the tires to lose grip more and more and more. The short tracks, I do think this is the most severe we have seen in New Hampshire. You have to understand this track, not a lot happens to the car. Like the middle of the course, so that's what makes it so challenging because when you adjust the chassis, it doesn't have a huge reaction because the car is so unloaded. So it's hard to have tires that are durable enough to withstand the braking and withstand the acceleration. But right here in the middle of the corner, I swear if I ran out there and just pushed one, it would slide up a groove. Like it's so light. I can tell you this, I don't know if that tire fall off, but the racing has been incredible. I mean, the tire has made an impact in the quality of race. And I mean, we've seen 3 wide, we've seen incredible battles, even late in the run. So regardless of tire fall off, it is an improvement.
With that turn 2 incident, that multi-car incident, we said if Christopher Bell can get away with no damage, that's a lucky escape. Kim Kuhn has an update on that. Tell us more, Kimmy.
Yeah, despite running it does have a little bit of damage. Some of the left front, the toe was out, and they asked him what his steering wheel was doing. He said it was further to the right, so that steering offset a little bit off. The pictures didn't look bad, and because of the number of lead lap cars, they elected to keep him out. I don't see the telling him I'm trying a little freer on entry because of that damage, but right now it doesn't seem to appear in him because again running in the 8th position.
It's getting close at the front. Briscoe's coming under increasing pressure from Lawson Logano. They're catching the race leader.
And look at the left side of your screen. Remember the blue boxes around the playoff drivers. They were kind of scattered to start. Not scattered anymore. 7 of the top 8. They are starting to kind of matriculate their way to the front. Even the ones who have good qualifying runs, make some adjustments. Larson has got to get going here. He's going to get around this 19. You better make quick work of it because Joey Logano is right there. Larson's moved his line, run up the racetrack. That's allowed Joey Logano to run the bottom. Larson's having to do that to get away from that 19 car, get away from the weight. And now he goes to the bottom. Look at the road attack. He's like, I gotta go.
It's Chase Briscoe a little tap and says, hey, I'm here and I'm ready to get by.
What a race we've had. 133 laps. This has been awesome. All right there. Larson's car just didn't turn the middle like he needed it to. That allowed Briscoe to get momentum on him. Now Larson, watch what he does. He just overdrives the entry, runs to the bottom. He just stays on the bottom as long as he can. Gets more momentum next to Nass.
New race leader, and for the first time,
Larson.
it's Kyle Larson.
Finally, Larson takes the
And
lead.
now Logano's lining up for a shot at Briscoe as well. Osadar's not too far away, and so too Ryan Blaney.
That's such a great job by Larson. He makes it look easy. Those passes look easy, but they're not. He has to completely understand the pace which he can drive into the corner without driving into the corner too hard. It's a really good job there. But look, he's on roller tires, and it's starting to show up. Everybody's getting ready to get by him.
51 laps to go, 50 to go, pardon me, in this second stage. What a day it's been for the driver of that Delaware Light Chevrolet, Carson Hosenar. By the way, Delaware Light is headquartered in Waltham, Massachusetts, not too far away. So this is a home race for them. And what a performance from this 22-year-old. As Chip said earlier, he was on the front row, leading to the final green flag in Bristol a week ago, but didn't have the tyres to hold on and just drifted up the track. And Christopher Bell was able to get by Carson and Zane Smith in a really exciting finish to that race. But he's had it tough today.
Logano all over Larson. More momentum here for them, going to Blaney. All right, so that information from the spotter let him know what's right behind him. It let him know he can be aggressive here because he doesn't make this pass, not close enough to get by him. So he gave him the green light to go try to make something happen.
Logano to the inside. Mavericks led 52 laps here today.
It's not over.
Goes back to the front, but for how much longer?
Yeah, Larson lunged at him a little bit, but the long run
Joey, it's been 18 races since he's seen victory lane. For Larson, it's been 17 races. And they are desperate for a win, particularly with this being the first race of a new round, the round of 12 in the playoffs.
Introducing Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Lots of protein, tasty sauce, all under 500 calories. Keep moving with Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
I'm the Toys Mobil Delivery Mutual to help save you hundreds by customizing your car insurance. And his private look is the gentleman under the security guard. Only pay what you need. Delivery. Push guy, golden smooth survival series. If you encounter one move, chances are there's a path nearby. Fortunately, the same applies to beer. Head for the mountains of
How about the new Ultimate Trio? Choose 3 apps, 3 songs, over 80,000 combinations for only $14.99.
now that's an excellent option. Applebee's new Ultimate Trio.
This is my WWE every single week.
Friday Night SmackDown, live Friday, only on USA.
Stage 2 of the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs continues here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, presented by Toyota. And speaking of Toyota, let's bring you a Toyota driver update to show you who is where. And Chase Briscoe, right on screen there, is about to throw shots. Toyota Camry is the highest place. His teammate is immediately behind. There's more Toyotas in these playoffs than the other two manufacturers, and they have won every race of these playoffs so far. So it's been an amazing run by Toyota powered cars. Will it continue?
That's all. The 19 Briscoe is in trouble. He's out there on 2 tires, but he's hanging in there pretty good, Steve. He is.
The Larson dropped to 5th.
He gets 42 laps to finish. I agree with you. Things look great. My concern for the left side tires is when they stop helping the rights, do the rights degrade quicker, right? Like, do they really fall off? You see the 54 Major Bears back off that road working on his car. Oh. Wow. We have damage, so those cars just driving really badly.
I'm spotting that big time. So the JGR crew go back to work, and as Logano and his Team Penske teammate, they drift by the lapped Kyle Busch. Unfortunately, Kyle was caught up in that big incident a little earlier. But let's put the spotlight on the race leader. Let's talk more about Joey Logano, Marty.
You know, it's interesting, Lee, when you kind of get inside the mind of Paul Wolf and Joey Logano about how they approach the playoffs. Paul Wolf has been telling Joey Logano about the round of 12. Once they advance to Bristol last Saturday night, this is the race, but we have to make it happen at New Hampshire. The tire test went terrific for us. He told Joey earlier this week, listen, Kansas, mile and a half track. We cannot count on that track. The road with road courses have not been our strength this year. You have to get it done today at New Hampshire so you don't get all around on the track.
Oh, Nemechek.
The Taibaca Legacy Motor Club Toyota.
Really hard, like where I put around. Like a meter eyes.
There you go.
So right around off, which tells me the lower suspension is broken off that car. It might be a tow.
Thanks to the AMR safety team there, pronto as always.
Yeah, bit of a struggle for this team. All Legacy was struggling today. Didn't really have the speed that we've seen from them recently. Trying to make a pass.
Oh. Boom.
It's an odd looking wreck. What happens here?
Much Riley hurt.
See the car bouncing up and down through the bumps. I think maybe they just, they've been struggling with speed.
Boom. Yep, that car is done.
Could not get to those bumps going up. That was a big impact.
Yeah, we hear drivers complain about being loose in a lot, but I'll be honest, rarely do you see one spin out on corner entry. Normally it's like a big save if you slow down. That one takes a big pop over the bumps, and that's it. The rear tires never really connect back to the racetrack.
That is a big impact. It really was. I think Cedric did a really nice job of avoiding this.
Communicating to John Hunter. He's going to leave the window it up, which go right in the car. They'll take it back and they can do some repairs. He will absolutely have to go to the repair center at some point. But he feels, he doesn't know what the outside of the car looks like, so he wants to be towed into his team. It's going to take a little bit of work to get this one towed. That wreck moment. That's a big hit. It really was.
Everybody talks about those bumps. You hear all the drivers complain about how rough it is getting into turn 3, and you said it, Steve. A lot of talking about being loose on the corner entry. That's it. You are loose. That car jumped through the actually jumped through the bumps, and now the rear just has no grip, and around it goes. Considering, really nice job. This and that wreck.
If the 35 wasn't there for a reference of speed, I would say, oh, he had braking issues. The car looks like it's going so fast. But you look at the 35, I mean, it's hurting full percent. Yeah, but it's full percent. The hurt, makes the corner. My point is, he's not going 10 miles an hour too fast. It just proves that as soon as that 42 gets backwards, he looks like he's going 20 miles an hour faster than he can. There we go. Listen.
Yep. Damn. Ouch.
Almost like a mixture of a downshift and the bumps all at the same time. Everybody's on the road. Yep.
Including Kyle Larson, and now it's kind of going away. He said it's tight enough that it's affecting his corner speed. His front is numb, but he also burned off his rear. You see right the tires only, Marty.
Blaney said I lost a little bit of rear drive at the end of that run. I might have hurt the tires trying to get through traffic a little bit quicker. Joey Logano gets from the lead. He said it never cleared up for me. We told Cole on the free any changes chassis-wise. Right sides only for the 22 Joey Logano and hold third here on pit road in a number of his two-tire changes.
Yeah, first you called it. Everybody would have their eyes on the 19 and successive two tires. I believe that was the reason a lot of guys called for the same thing.
Under caution for this huge impact from John Hunter Nemechek. 35 to go on stage 2. Back in London.
Feeling of a new, sweet, and smoky McDonald's sauce.
Pairing perfectly with your snack rack is like striking chicken gold. Special edition gold snack rack.
Pushka, golden food slice. To avoid going through, take note of recognizable landmarks. Like that.
What's wrong with going in circles?
Different circles, Ross. Okay. That's what enough.
What are you willing to do to be a rainmaker?
My case, I thought it was tomorrow.
The constantly hearing updates on our bullshit big man. See you quite.
Sure does a Wall Street. Is that all you got?
The Rainmaker, Fridays at 10 on USA. Give it what you got in Northern Utah. There's no better time to upgrade your truck than the Rain Truck model at Chase Chevrolet. The best Silverado selection, 80 brand new Silverados on the ground, 190 new vehicles ready for delivery. The #1 Silverado dealer in the hood. No hidden costs, no inflated accessories, no gimmicks, just real people at real prices. Real values remain high. Get more for your trade at 99 and Hammerlake, where honesty drives the deal. Chase Chevrolet, buy into it.
and lucky.
We work this soil.
We raise our children.
We invest in our communities.
And we hope to leave a lasting legacy. This valley is our home. And we all breathe the same air.
We want to say thank you.
Today, our air is much clearer than in the past.
And while we still have work to do together,
Through your efforts, our valley is cleaner than it has ever been. Visit valleyair.org/Our Valley to continue building a healthy future for all of us.
There was a flurry of two tires stops on that last stop. And speaking of that most recent round, Marty, tell us what happened to Chase Elliott.
Yeah, it was an eventful stop for Chase Elliott. The fueler, John Giannato, gets the can caught in the fuel area, and then he had to tackle it to the ground. Now, John is a former center at UNLV, and that James Dykin was his quarterback at UNLV. And he said, I was not going to let go of that can. I was going to take it to the ground no matter what. He said, I'm not proud of that, but no penalty. That's all that matters.
So you just can't keep off. Just ride your defender all the way to the ground.
For sure. All right, ready for the restart? Let's have a listen. Let's go inside the wall.
All right, back to green.
Clear high, clear high. And low, clear by 1. All clear. Number 1 behind you, goodbye. You nearly 3.
It was really a
Well, maybe next time we'll give you Joe Lugano up to 10 point. But Christopher Bell in the 20, who runs fourth at the moment, working hard on William Myron as they stretch their legs down to turn 3.
Right, you know, this battle back here, remember, on a few tires, some had 4. Lady chose to put 4 tires on. Everybody 4, round 11 is all back to 12. Thus far, he has 4 tires on. He's gone forward.
Boy, Reddick was having trouble there through turn 2. That car did not look quite stable as he wrestled with Ross Chastain. Chastain on the inside. Zane Smith now comes up into the mix, who really enjoyed a lot of time at the front last weekend at Bristol. There's Briscoe. There's Frankie on the outside of him. Talking about this region of 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
That 77 doesn't have a long run car, but if this race comes down to a 5 or 10 lap shootout, I think you might have the best short run car. So aggressive back in the back. Look at this 3 wide. Wow.
Whoa.
Great save, Ty Dillon.
Hi, Dylan.
Incredible. Bubba lifted. He's like, they're gonna win.
In motorcycle terms, that was a tank slapper of epic proportions. So Logano out in front leads. Kyle Larson, William Byron's been able to fend off the challenge from Bell. I think it's a host of Blaney, Dow, Briscoe, etc. Chase Elliott maintaining 7th in the Napa Chevy for Hendrick Motorsports. Despite that stop, it's been progress in the right direction.
There's racing all over this racetrack. Talking about Blaney on 4 tires. The restart did not go the way he needed it to go. Went backwards for a few laps. Now starting to go forward. Chase Elliott now in position to get to the second point.
26 to go in stage 2.
See Blaney on the bottom left. You mentioned that Jeff kind of faded on those 4 tires. Now, though, the last 26, I think, are most important for this 12 car. All the cars in front of them, other than those car, are all on 2 tires. So while the 4 doesn't seem to
get back in the position to have a chance to win this race. James Smalley's crew chief at the 19th team of Frisco will control chase. But that's what's going on with Blaney. You need to go with it because we got 4 as well, and unfortunately, time gets us out of the 54. It stayed up. What a day John Berry's had. Really promising opening stage. They got tagged by Van Gisbergen, but turned around, got sent to the back, stormed his way forward again, and still is running in a really strong 13th place.
It was so impressive. He came back to the racetrack after the caution. He first got spun out. He was flying. He drove up to like 16, 17, 18. With no help whatsoever with caution. He just did it.
Frisco able to clear around the next one on this list is Ross Chastain. Meanwhile, about this guy here, Christopher Bell, who has won 2 of the last 3 races here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the Toyota on board. He swept last year, the Xfinity Series race and that Cup race.
We heard of it yesterday in practice. Now, I believe it was Dylan Welch that his car drove really, really good. It just wasn't as fast as he thought it should be. So, you wonder if that's still really what he's facing. It's just a speed deficit. Sometimes they don't drive bad. You just hope that
I'm good.
The grip goes away from the other cars.
Thanks.
2 of the top 4 drivers, maybe Christopher Bell, Joey Logano, took part in that weekend time test here back in July. But lots of laps
Pretty
on
much.
this lap and track. It's been productive.
Yeah, dominating the race is one thing, but trying to close it out is another thing. I'm talking to the stream. I just want you to have a good day, that's all. It's just grandma, that's the reason why we're in this mood.
I'm fine. I'm on my way.
Hey, so I got your vehicle now.
A voucher for $167.
Wireless for $15 a month.
But she didn't know she had, so she's going back to Harris to cash it.
$15 bills. Screen. It saves you money. Maybe my face is on it. Maybe the back of my head as well. But it turns out
She'll probably play it.
that's very illegal. So there was no big idea for the commercial care. Now I have a lot of counterfeit for it's orthopedic breeds make sleep.
You watering?
What?
Can you hear the water out there?
No, I can't.
Or is it your radio?
So yeah, SVG's done for the day. He started 10th and he was running 5th earlier. Then Ty Gibbs, he got dumped by Denny Hamlin because he was just tired of his shenanigans and all that. Then there was another big wreck that had SVG, Suarez, Keselowski, and Kyle Busch. Yeah, Keselowski tried to insert himself into the hole on the bottom coming off 2. Yeah, Logano's pretty much led the most laps in this whole race. And also Carson Hocevar's up there. And then the last caution, John Nemechek wrecked after he tried to go underneath the 35, but he lost it and he wrecked hard. Oh yeah, Justin Haley was also in. Yeah, Kyle Busch, he's 31st, the only car lap down.
Sign up for the free NASCAR Fan Rewards Loyalty Program today at NASCAR.com/fanrewards.
Joey Logano continues to lead the Mobil 1 301 here in New Hampshire. The most recent portion was caused by a big crash by John Hunter Nemechek, he's standing by for pink curtain.
Yeah, Leah, big hit for John Hunter after he snapped loose. Are you okay? And what were you feeling in the car?
Yeah, I'm good. I hit it from my guys. We're on a really good stretch there. It's we have had the last few weeks getting into turn 3 with a 39 there. I don't know, just when I hit the bumps, but it automatically just turned sideways, and I was kind of a one-run ride. So I hate it. We were making ground on it all day, kind of getting better track position-wise. Now we're going on with our race cars. We'll be back next week.
Kind of strange because Nemechek hasn't had a DNF in a long time.
See a guy get out with him to the care center, but it's like that. Big weekend.
Chase Elliott sits ahead of these two, strapping it out. Denny Hamlin and Alex Bowman. They're talking about 8th and 9th here. Elliott's running a good 7th spot now, Marty.
Yeah, 27 for Chase Elliott in the car. He's getting one of the longer this season to run time. What you said in countdown agreement, I know Justin watches on. You said if you're not going to win this round, it's all about points in this round. Chase Elliott in the first round only got 4 stage points the entire round. He's in a position right now to tie what he's done so far in the playoffs with 4 points right here. And that could be 4 critical points for this 9 team.
Yeah, it really could. Remember, he qualified 27th, so it was a real possibility that he could get those stage points today. He did a nice job of strategy, 2 tires here. Yeah, good car, got up to about 14, 15. They kind of stalled out, so good decision to try 2 tires to get the stage points.
He goes Blaney off Bell. Here comes Briscoe. He's caught up to Bowman and Hamlin. He's going to work on his teammate here as he hopes that 4-tire strategy works for him. For sure, James Small got in a lot of track positions with that 2-tire stop, 2 stops to go. So we'll see what the Southern 500 winner can do here today in New Hampshire. He raced from, if you remember, in the rain-affected race last year. Briscoe raced from, I think it was something like 23rd to 2nd. So he's no stranger to comeback.
Pero let me know what to think of the chips.
Okay.
Driving in the mix there in the yellow Chevy. Tell us more, Dylan.
And the Sun has been a pretty good run for them at a track that they've struggled at recently. And even though they're not in the playoffs anymore, Richie Blake here is still quick to mention that they've got plenty to do to close this year. They want to continue to grow this team into a championship winning team. They're better this year than last in almost every statistical category. And today, as we said, a good example of that. This has been a tough track for Alex. They qualified well. The race car has been good enough to stay near the top 5 and inside the top 10 all day. Now just trying to put the full race together for the 48.
Well, they just saw Josh Berry go flying on by.
Oh, Marson.
And Berry moves into the top 10 and continues this incredible comeback.
Are they not spoiled?
No. You want that shit? I don't want that.
Jeff, what do you like that you see?
Interesting because, watching him, he doesn't run the same groove every time because he's been trying to get by the 9 car. So looking around, trying different things. Trying to run the top, trying to make a pass. Now he's down to the bottom. Chase Elliott doing a nice job. Making this a difficult pass for Denny Hamlin.
Well, one of the most spoken about things in this race so far, and it will be after this race, is the coming together of the teammates from Joe Gibbs Racing. Tell us more, Kim.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs has been released from the care center. We saw the front
Yeah, that Thundercracker into his jet mode.
Denny Hamlin was not happy when he was talking about when he was racing for a championship. As you look at the incident, was somebody in the right and somebody in the wrong, and where does that land?
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
also mentioned that you felt like somebody from the organization should talk to you. What do you expect that conversation to look like?
Yeah, we'll have the good race that kid.
No comment. That was no comment. That was word. That was 11 word no comment. That was 11 word talk to your favorite reminder.
Hey, if he doesn't want to say anything, that's fine.
Like it's nothing going to get solved today. He's going to, Denny Hamlin's going to be his Bill Gibbs racing. You're going to be his Bill Gibbs racing. It's not going to get fixed today. Just say nothing and deal with it on Monday. Yeah, I guess the answer to all of these other reports on the top, you see Blaney going by Osabar. So one closing lap for Blaney, but now up to the fourth position, I think allows this team to consider four tires and engines. Don't make any recovery. Take two to back over the front. I don't think two coming into the last stage is the right thing. And coming last to left, I think really should stay forward. So John Castro is very happy to see his driver 12 moving forward in these closing laps, taking no pressure off the 150 seat.
Morgan on board. Been a tough day for Connor Bush and the RCR squad at the 8. Inside the final 3 laps in stage 2. Bubba Wallace has been a handful in this second stage for Evolution.
Bring it back. Let's go back in it. Figure them out.
Charlton, I'm saying, bring it back at the stage break or try and figure something out and get you back in it.
Three of the playoff drivers that most likely are not going to get stage points. Chastain, Cindric, and Bubba Wallace. We heard the frustration from Bubba. Just, there. Cars just nowhere near where he wants to be. This is the danger of the reset. Average 33 points in the
Final lap, stage 2.
Around the 16, third most of everyone, averaged 12 stage points a race. I mean, everything was going right. And then it's ice cold water thrown on your performance comes here.
It's going to take a slip up for him to lose this one.
It's no big deal if you go out and perform, but if you have a lackluster day, it really rings true.
All right, stage 2 winner is going to be Joey Logano. The only way he's going to be defeated is on the pit stop.
Who's on pole today?
Logano was first, Kyle Larson second, William Byron third, Ryan Blaney fourth, Carson Hocevar fifth, Christopher Bell sixth, Chase Elliott seventh, Denny Hamlin eighth, Chase Briscoe ninth, and Josh Berry rounds out the top 10.
Not too far away. It's going Logano's way so far. Stage break coming up, and a whole lot more.
My followers are saying, yeah, it's already over. Logano has this race won.
Don't settle for less. Get more with a free 5G phone and real unlimited data from Straight Talk. More ways to connect.
My followers are my stream.
No, let's hope not. Let's hope not, guys.
And when you spend less with Straight Talk, you can get more moments to yourself by getting something for them. Switch to Straight Talk and get a free 5G phone on us on America's most reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, official partner of NASCAR. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart.
What's tonight? What was the fire? Did you in that thing?
And my followers got the Ace in Pleasanton at Angela Street today.
For them?
Yes, Bryant Railfans production. Yeah, Angela Street by the Pleasanton Station.
What they're doing. Is the one of your followers?
Yes.
They're doing the same thing here.
Silverado HD and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all Silverado 1500 models. See your Northern California Chevy dealer.
It's the Mobil sale going on now at Big Valley Ford. Over 600 trucks, cars, and SUVs in stock. And the best deals of the year on our entire lineup.
This is crossing San Leandro, Williams Street.
Make
Valley Ford, where big is best. Are we supposed to play them?
NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Bank of America. What would you like the power to do? Backed by Toyota.
This one
Let's go places.
is Osiris Avenue in San Jose.
Stage break.
It's owned by both UP and Caltrain.
So the day today, 114 laps to go. Got a whole lot of action coming up here shortly. We have that third final stage. Pit road is open, and Kim Kuhn is standing by. Kimmy.
And for Carl Larson, he said less grip around the entire corner than earlier. He said pushing, so just a little tight. They will make a small adjustment for Larson. Right top of your screen, William Byron saying at first about lose some too very well. I don't think he learned anything. Could not get a good read on it. They will make a slight air pressure adjustment, Harvey.
14th support for Ryan Blaney, who told Jonathan Haskell the balance is good. We just need our track position back. We talked about the pressure Paul Wolf has been putting on his driver, Joey Logano. Well, the driver answered second in stage one, first in stage two. He said, I need a little more turn and a little more.
Cindric gained 15 spots.
Answered as well with a four-tire stop. They hold the lead.
They threw 2 on the Cindric Mobil. He was able to advance many positions.
COPD is an ugly reality. I watch as this road just
I've caught some of the NS Heritage units, some of the ones from the 20 group. I've caught the C&J, the Erie, Norfolk and Western, Lackawanna, Penn Central, and Central of Georgia. That's the last one I got. I've also got some of those NS Sonic Bonnet locomotives with the conversion colors. I know it's not NS anymore, but I got the KLW X8520. Everyone knows that one. It's the NS red conversion colored one. CSX, I haven't even come close. No, yeah, I think those are all the ones I got. It's been over 2 years since one of them came up this way where I live. I hope to catch one again soon. The Penn Central Heritage unit is the only NS Heritage unit that I've caught twice. I've caught the NS Heritage units on both UP and BNSF trains. I'm not worried about catching them leading. I just want to just catch them in general.
Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, right here on USA. The next race in the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Kansas. So, while we remain in this stage break, let's get some updates from pit road. We kick off with Marty Snyder.
Leading to come down to green, Chase Elliott told Dylan Welch, I'm not sure we can get these stage points today. Well, they did. He finished 7th in stage 2.
BNSF scrapped their great pumpkin locomotive. They've been in storage for a long time. And then Amtrak's Crayola locomotive, they had the wrapping removed. There's also a new camera in California, in Oceanside. It's in Southern California, where the surf line over.
In the top 5, no further talk about the less damage he got from that earlier incident. He just had 2 loose that time. They went back to where they were with 4 tires and small adjustments.
And Steve mentioned the points reset for the 23 of Bubba Wallace. First race of the playoffs at Darlington. They were in a similar position to start that first round. Had a good day and just built on that foundation the next 2 races. So hold serve was the simple message for crew chief Charles tonight, 2 drivers today. But it has been exactly what they built on. They battled a tight race car all day, put them on the back foot from the start of the race. They still haven't gotten it freed up. And save for a great strategy call, or this one maybe just some luck, they're looking at a big uphill climb next week in Kansas. Bubba currently sits in 26th position. So, graphic on the left of your screen, points earned today. But obviously, Bubba is not on that. Maximum points, no surprise, going to the man who's led the most laps. The 105 for Joey Logano, his teammate Ryan Blaney, William Byron, He's just been quietly yet effectively there. He was able to leapfrog his Hendrick teammate Kyle Larson on that most recent pit stop as well.
Logano and Blaney, 19 to 17 points on the front row. Their teammate Austin Cindric, he has not been able to earn points. Very frustrated with his qualifying effort yesterday. So what do? They try something different.
You've heard of the Napa Wine Train, right, Mark? Well, the Napa Wine Train in Napa Valley, California, they do have a former NS locomotive in their engine roster that they've used from time to time. I forgot, it's NVRR's 57, I think. It's a NS high hood locomotive. I've always been a big fan of the high hood locomotives. All right, time. This is stage number 3. Almost 4 wide going into the corner.
Around New Hampshire, that probably doesn't work. You see right here. Trying to make the outside work of the front of this battle. Once again, that 12 car, he's very, very fast on long runs. This is the weakness. Cannot, in traffic, take off at the speed that he needs.
Like contact there between the teammates. Meanwhile, Chase Elliott fans are rejoicing. Look at the Napa 9 from 27 on the grid and went backwards on lap 1 by the
Damn, Chase Elliott's up to the top 5. He's up to 4th now.
Take the pressure off. That Roval is looming a couple weeks out for everyone. Just because it's going to be chaotic. We see stuff in the infield all the time. Greg's there before. So many cars going down the lead lap on a road course. You can all go away in a lap. So you would much rather just have a great New Hampshire, a great Kansas, and try to take some pressure off. Bell and Chastain and Berry and Austin Cindric just up ahead. I can't help but go back to yesterday when our NASCAR and NBC Sports Dustin Long spoke with Chase Elliott after qualifying. Chase wasn't really in the talking mood, as you can understand. And today, he told Dylan Welch, look, we know we've got an uphill climb. We just got to get to work. Well, he and Alan Gustafson have pulled up something quite amazing here so far. Yes, there's still 105 laps to go, but for Chase Elliott to be running 4th, what a comeback drive that is.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Chase this morning about that, and he said, look, we're just going to grind it out. Like, we're just going to go get all we can. There's kind of an obviously disappointment in my conversation with Chase, but no panic. Just, hey, he felt like he didn't do a good job qualifying and put his team back further than they deserve to be. But he just said, we're going to work. We're going to grind. Party.
And keep in mind, Jeff, this guy's car strength all day long is Ryan Blaney might get by him here in the next few laps. It's been a longer run. You know, I talked to Alan Gustafson yesterday. He said, I think it's kind of funny all these teams are putting pressure on New Hampshire. This is the race I'm worried about in this round. Kansas, I felt like we had the best car in the spring. Road courses have been very good for us. So this is the race that I'm a little bit worried about. What a performance from that 90. He might lose his spot to Ryan Blaney, but I'll tell you what, that 9 car has been so impressive today.
Chase doesn't have to feel bad about losing the spot to Ryan Blaney, because I think that's the question left in the race for me. Is can Ryan Blaney get back to control of this race? Between the pit cycles and the yellows and some restarts, he lost control of it in the second stage. Without a doubt, for me, he was probably the best car on the racetrack. He just passed 11, he passed the 9, up to the 4th position. Carson, Byron, and Logano ahead. Progressive on board with Denny Hamlin working on Chase Elliott.
Chase was loose getting in the corner right there. So he tried to carry speed, and you see the back of the car dancing around.
talk more about Denny Hamlin with Dylan Ross. Tell you what, Dylan. Well, this is another team as he races tonight who's also emphasizing trying to get through this race that placed a lot of importance on this one. That's the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Felt like they just needed two really strong runs here and also in Kansas next week. The playoff points and the stage points were their biggest thing. And we said didn't get any in stage one. They're battling a tight race start today, but this is the track position that they needed all day. They got the race car a little bit better for him, and their point position has improved as well for Hamlin.
The advantage Hamlin has over the 9 cars, mostly right here. A corner entry into 3. Patience isn't able to carry the speed. Looks like he's loose on corner entry through those bumps. A really impressive battery. Look at the guys behind him. They ground up on him on that end of the racetrack.
Top 8 drivers, our own playoff drivers. You see that reflected with the blue surround on the graphic on your screen. That's how you can track it all the way through the playoffs, and it goes to yellow once somebody has advanced to the next round. Will that be Joey Logano here today? Characteristic of things from the past that the 3-time and defending series champion has done. So we got less than 100 to go. Why don't we have a look at the Xfinity fastest laps? And the man in that red and white, that iconic scheme for Wood Brothers, Josh Berry, the fastest in this race, and he did it nice and early.
That's a good lap of the race, but maybe he's the drive of the race. Got spun out earlier. And went to the back. He's driven up now into the top 10. Shows you the speed of the Penske cars. He's done a great job with it.
Wow. Did you see Ryan Blaney, how effective he was there on Larson? Those guys at the front, get ready.
Now, when we talk about speed, it's easy to gloss over between strategy and fuel mileage and tires and new tires. That dominates the conversation throughout the summer just because of the variety of races. But the simple fact is, if you have top-tier race cars, which is what Josh Berry is sitting in the 21, and what Ryan Blaney is sitting in, or even the Hendrick cars, sometimes we've seen them in New Hampshire for quite some time. Speed kind of masks, or at least gives you a chance to recover from everything. There's so much pressure taken off every other decision. When you're an average speed car, you have to do everything perfect. When you have great speed, you have some recovery. Now, is there enough time for the 21 to recover from getting spun out? I don't know. But if this was just an average car, he's still mired back in the pack. He's not. He's driving forward.
And the 2 cars also continuing on the outside, trying to carry speed through the middle of the corner. Remember, he is on 2 tires. Watch right here. One of Chastain gets by. This is the reason. Right there. Car gets really loose. Just cannot stay in the gas. And easily the 1 car gets by.
Meanwhile, a little further back, this is Chris Buescher and Tyler Reddick. Door to door, you're talking about 17th and 18th here in the running. That's been a tough day for 23-11. Reddick is 17th, Bubba Wallace is 23rd. Meanwhile, there's 1.6 seconds. Teammate to teammate. Logano in the lead, Blaney in third. Let's monitor that gap. When we come back, we'll give you an update. Blaney's on the surge.
You realize Blaney was right there.
Drop whatever you're doing right now. The Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal is here. That's 2 tender bacon cheeseburgers, medium fries, and medium drink. So you better be on your way. Bacon meets the number one. The number one deal for the number one bacon cheeseburger, gotta be Wendy's.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lager, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshments. Coolers Light. Choose Chad.
Sarah Benzino. Brandon Foley. Jablonski Auto Body, LLC. Woo!
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body LLC.
Yes,
actually sold the twin baby.
Yeah, like stadiums do. It's so expensive these days.
Oasis Breeze Tan and Stop. Or we can look at some investment options for you.
What's good? The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think. It's happened. The gold mine of McDonald's chicken has been struck. Add it to your Snack Wrap and McCrispy and made for dipping. It's special edition. Gold salt.
Ever wonder how NASCAR Cup Series playoffs work? Outlast the pack, then disperse among the championship four, and you're doing donuts of victory day. Now you're up to speed. You in?
On paper, it's easy. Win and advance. But the truth, it's harder than a road they drive. 12 drivers remain, hoping to match dreams with destiny. Claim a cup, they go with history. The NASCAR playoffs continue with Kansas.
Okay, nice. So it's nice to eat a pizza that has some health benefits in it with 1,350 calories and 52 grams of protein.
Presented by Toyota. That's a great shot to say how beautiful this afternoon is. The whole weekend has been magnificent. Fans having a great time. And they've been treated to a pretty cool race with 88 to go. But it's now time for Who Wants to Watch with thanks to Credit One Bank. All right, Mr. Burt, Mr. Four-time New Hampshire winner, who do you like to look at?
Hometown guy who doesn't take the car to the head. Joey Logano on 18 race winning streak. The Father's 8 wins and come in the playoffs. This is a big moment guy. He loves these big moments. We've seen him do it time and again. Has a good shot to do it again today.
Well, if Joey Logano wants to win, he's going to have some big moments because Ryan Blaney has been the fastest car since the Haulers pulled into New Hampshire Motor Speedway earlier this week. He was basically untouchable in practice. He got beat in qualifying by that 22. But lap after lap, he has moved his way through the field. He has not run inside the top 15 with this car ever. Today would be his day. How about William Byron in the Raptor number 24? William said this used to be one of their favorite tracks, but kind of lately it's got away from them. This is a turnaround point for him now. Now he's just lost the position to his teammate Kyle Larson. This is a track where William has not yet. So this is a positive, a massive positive for him to be running as strong, consistently at the front as the two-time Daytona 500 winner has been today. However, remember when we went to the break, I told you the gap was 1.6 seconds between Logano and Blaney. It's now just tenths of a second.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. The lady, 18, was the best finish at this track in this car, and now he shows up with just unbelievable speed. I think now at this point, he wants to try to work his way by Logano, and then when you come to pit road, right, 25 green flag laps, tires need 5 laps to go. I think you stay on the conservative side a little bit. I don't think these tires are slowing down so much you have to aggressively jump the pit road. I don't think, you lose the race with an untimely yellow. I don't think you lose the race by being the 5th or 10th car on the pit road under the green flag cycle.
Jim, do you remember when we sat down in Charlotte with the 16 playoff drivers? One of the questions we asked Joey Logano is, who impresses you? And he said, well, I don't think any disrespect for anybody else. And I kind of hate to say this because he's my teammate, but he said, Ryan Blaney really impresses him. His speed, his consistency, his racecraft. Well, now he's going to have to fight the guy who impresses him.
And he's so fast. On every kind of racetrack, he's fast. And now at 31 years old, you start to couple that experience that he has with the speed that he has. And Ryan Blaney becomes very dangerous to the rest of the field.
Larson's up to third.
Logano, Blaney, Larson, Byron, all playoff cars in the top 4. Very still an amazing comeback. He's not quite as fast as Blaney, but he is matching the chemistry speed of those first 2 cars. This is back up to 50. Unbelievable. Might as well get out today and say I couldn't pass.
Well, you got passed by the 21, I'm sure. At some point this year, some of these trucks keep going.
It is amazing, that dominant these cars are. You have to celebrate the work that this company has done to bring this much speed. I would say though, Tom Paul, Jonathan Hassler, this is that moment where, when you come to pit road is very important, but I'm also making sure my pit crew knows that my crew dialed in, not the kind of speed, like execution still kind of reigns supreme on what has to happen to win these races. Now they've done the hardest part, which is bring the fastest race car. And now they have to find a way to get these last 81 laps.
It was a spectacular and explosive final few laps from Ryan Blaney to win the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. Just prior to the playoffs, this has been a more methodical climb, race long. He's led 61 laps. His teammate in front of him has led twice that amount, but this has been very methodical. So, hey, mate, we've had 8 different winners in the last 8 races. If Joey Logano can win here today, it'll be 9. Do you think he can do it?
Well, most dominant performance of the year for Joey Logano. Can he push it off? A moment ago, Coleman Presley gave him his teammate Ryan Blaney's lap time, and Logano came back very quickly and said, I can't run him that fast. So now it becomes a question of, Steve, how does Jonathan Hassler and Ryan Blaney manage the back half of this race? You talked about the pit strategy, but if there's another restart, that is where the trial has struggled today, and Logano and Sean gave it more than his teammate.
Yeah, I think the question is, does the yellow necessitate a pit stop? If it does, then he can make some adjustments for the short run, like changing air pressure, some balance. I think Jonathan Hassler got it right back there. He's a championship for championship in 2023 with Ryan Blaney. They know how to adapt. New brand, this is really plugged in.
Also, some of my followers are saying that BNSF interval that's coming, it's going to Salt Lake, is coming this way. We'll probably see to it later after this thing's done. The only thing is I don't know where it's at currently. And the way I know is because it left Long Beach yesterday around 6 and it had a H1 on it.
I'm not saying you have to put mittens on, but you cannot cost Team Penske a win by wrecking with your teammate. I don't think I would really want that call from the captain, Roger Penske,
On a day where we've seen already teammates collide.
Yeah, and this group works so well together. They talk about it publicly. Remember, there was years ago, in the speedway racing in particular, where they didn't always, Penske drivers always get along exactly like they need to, and that kind of set the stage. A ton of respect between these two drivers. You mentioned Joey Logano's comment about how good Blaney is, but Blaney feels the same about Logano. Blaney has tons of respect for what Logano does, and this is the kind of battle you want. We, as a company, came here with better speed than everybody else. Now it's fighting out amongst ourselves. That is what every multi-team car owner says.
And Blaney's caught.
Beat everybody else, and then fight it out.
75 laps to go, 35 laps to retire. Craig Mass is about 40 laps away with the good.
Justin Haley's back in the race for those who are curious.
They're going to need about, I don't know,
Team with SVG.
one can. That takes a little pressure off the crew as well. Blaney.
I'll tell you right now, these guys are out front. They are fast, but they are not as fast as the 21 car Josh Berry. If Josh Berry can get clear of this 5 car, and he gets clean air like that, right
Here we go.
these guys get hung up. Berry is about 3.5 seconds behind.
Here goes Blaney. Top box. To the
Blaney to the lead.
lead.
To the front.
Remember that. The 2-team Penske Fords, 1-2. The Wood Brothers Ford, of course, which has that Penske Alliance. Runs third with Josh
And
Berry.
Josh Berry's up to third.
And then the Hendrick teammates in Larson and Byron. So Blaney up front, here in Loudon.
Kristen found a D-furnished feature on Homes.com Matterport 3D Tours. It's a true digital model of a listing.
D-furnished, furnished, D-furnished, furnished. D-furnished, furnished. I can't wait till we saw this house.
Homes.com, the place to find a place.
It's Subway's new fresh pit menu, featuring the grilled chicken and avocado. 35 grams of protein.
Oh, well, literacy or family day at the park was yesterday at Little Point.
Subway's new fresh fit menu. Subway, keep fresh, feel good.
Lean a little at your service. Here to help you save hundreds by customizing your car insurance with Liberty Mutual. How we should have gone the other way.
Only pay for June. Liberty.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest. The cold lager, cold filter, cold package. Mountain Cold Professional. Coolers Light. Choose chill.
Dinner time is going to be easy tonight. Wings to go for game time.
I'd say patience is a virtue. I say game's on in 15 minutes.
Which is why we got to go. It's to go time.
I'm a soft car.
As your host, I have some rules. First, no showers longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa. That's the rule.
Meanwhile, at Virgo, get the vacation you expect, and never a hungry house.
Fresh toast nibblers or breakfast nachos? Actually, I was thinking about heading on only because I want
The pit
I want to
stops.
sleep over the next house. That's what the game's on. You're a Notre Dame guy. I'm from Texas. There's never compromise. Yeah. I mean, how can you call yourself a sports fan without Xfinity? You got all-time deal? That's college and pro games all in one place. I'm not going anywhere. You ever tried pancakes and broth? You're about to. Yes, let's go. I've got a little recipe, but I can't tell you. But I think you're going to be happy. The anticipation of a new McDonald's sauce has reached its sweet, smoky, and gold pinnacle special edition gold sauce. Back in New Hampshire with 68 to go in the race here. The first race in the round of 12 and the first move to pit road has been made. Jonathan Hassel brings Ryan Blaney to pit road to pit with 68 to go, Dylan. We'll see if everybody else follows suit now.
One of the Team Penske cars is following suit. This is Austin Cindric. They took 2 tires on the last stop. Huge net gain position and 4 and fuel to the end here for Cindric. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris about hitting from his 7th position. He said it feels good in open air, but started off just a little bit too free to say very minor air pressure just now. Those 4 fresh tires this morning.
Six was going to bring the 19 to pit road. They've been hanging just outside the top 10. They're struggling with the handling of the car. It's way too tight. All these teams electing for 4 tires here with 67 laps to go. When is Joey Logano now back in the lead? Come to pit road, that's the question.
It wouldn't be anytime soon if I call them. These other guys have shown their hands. We only have 44 laps on these tires, 66 laps to go. I would run long, and I know I'm losing time, but the longer I run, if a caution comes out, the fresher my tires would be, and I can stay on the racetrack. That would be the strategy for me in the 22 car. You cannot beat the 12 heads up. We have seen this. He just ran you down and drove by you. So I can check 12 on the pit road and run inside the top 5, or I can run very, very, very long, hope to get yellow after my pit stop, and try to beat it and get the golden ticket. Yeah.
And Biden a little bit earlier than planned. Originally, they were covering on 244, but when the green flag stopped starting, shift the left to the green, as you saw that 2 teammates just need a little bit more room. For his teammate William Byron said the race has gone a little bit soft in front of the end zone. He said just push the tires too hard.
All right. Hamlin's
Everything on there as they shoot out. It looked like it was a little close. Hamlin was free on that last run. Late exit said the car fired off really strong. Lower fuel. Not only will Ryan Blaney be fighting the 22, but he might be fighting Berry as well because Berry has been flying in second place. It's Chastain. And this is another car that is maybe having their best stint of the day. So
22's coming in.
the entire team feeling this is the best progress they've made on the one car. No changes on the chassis, just 4 tires and fuel, Marty.
Well, that window to go a little bit longer, like Steve mentioned, is extremely narrow. So Paul Wolf cut the driver out just a little bit longer. Logano told Wolf just a moment ago on the radio, I need help in the center. Still too tight there, but the exit has gotten much better. He takes that long drive all the way down pit road to pit stall number 1. We'll see if the district can answer. They've had a terrific day here on pit road and a clean stop thus far. There goes his teammate Ryan Blaney flexing by that pit stall number 1. We'll see where Logano cycles out.
Yeah, Logano decides to run a little bit longer to have fresher tires at the end. It's always easier to tell you what you're going to do up here and keep you with it because when you're wrong, you just go, oh, well, that was the wrong decision. decision. These three chiefs have to absolutely live with it now. They have the 21 of Josh Berry, the 9 of Chase Elliott. You see on the leaderboard, they're continuing to run. Elliott's losing some
Well,
time.
Blaney just getting revenge on his
Josh
teammate.
Berry, and he's running a 38. The fastest time of the race is a 30 flat. So, and this 21 Renmark has got great speed.
Reference Blaney just ran 28, so a little over half a second faster for Blaney.
Kim, take it away.
Yeah, still brakes and issues for Tyler Wright. In fact, he said, I expect to go in the corner and have no brakes. He does need some help on that balance. Just need to be a number or number and a half clear. He said, no turn on that Toyota.
Here comes Josh Berry, Dylan. Yeah, this has been such a strong race for these guys. One of the best cars in the field, and they've shown it so far. Going to be 4 tires and fuel here. Josh didn't say much about the balance on this run. Just had his head down and was picking cars off one by one. They were watching the fire into the one pit run just to figure out who they needed to pit to stay, I guess, ahead of him.
Chase Elliott's the leader now.
Now, all of these teams have some prediction models to say if you
I drank some water earlier after I got home.
just as important where you blend in traffic to when you put the tires on. So there's a few
Oh, yeah.
factors that go into this occasion.
9 to.
And here's Bubba Wallace saying that it's been a struggle for these guys today. Tight condition every single run. They'll go around and change 4 tires for Wallace. Just trying to get what they can here. Keep fighting the end for the 23. And release. So you keep fighting for another 58 laps or so. Here comes Chase Elliott. He gets from the lead on cycle.
Yeah, they pitted with 59 to go. Here comes Chase Elliott. They did.
So Brad Kozlowski's in a way. Buscher's also.
So we'll see if this move by Alan Dutson pays off with extra tires at the end of the run, like Steve had mentioned. Chase told Alan just a moment ago. I felt like
Please do not fuck up the pit stop. Please don't fuck up. And he's away. And his pit stop's right next to our Pulsive. Coming to
Jack drops, and it's real, and the gun's still on the left rear. We haven't heard anything out of the 11. I only showed you the fan disc just in case he has a wheel. That's what Devin was talking about. He's absolutely right. The left rear, I would say that was a standard looking pit stop on the left rear. Wheels have proven that if you tighten the wheel up with the car on the ground, it won't get tight. Remember, a wheel came off the 11 car a week ago. They deferred the suspension of 2 pit crew members, which you are allowed to do until next week in the Mobil because they thought this week was so important. So now here's the second week in a row. We will see if they have an issue with the left side. Definitely a little questionable appearing for the pit stop committee. And Jeff Denny has said we do not want to go to the Roval needing a great result. It's got to be done here and at Kansas. Nobody does.
The Roval is, he mentioned it earlier, it's just such a challenge running those little racetracks on the circuit. You just don't want to have to earn points there. You want to go there feeling good about your points.
Even if Logano wins, he's still not going to be safe in the next round. Especially knowing that the next round features Talladega. We know how that race is.
Sunday is Premier League, followed by NASCAR playoffs from Kansas. We were just talking about it. It's all here live on USA. What a weekend that is. 7:10 a.m. First tee shots, in case you're wondering. Exactly. And Kansas, you thought this race was crazy. Every single year, Kansas is like just a moment in the playoffs. It looks so benign, yet every time it turns into an absolute fight. I'm not sure why it's that way. I expect no differently head out west. So 54 laps to go. There's 3.5 seconds between the leader and his teammate from Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano. Joey's got 6 lap pressure tires, Jim. We will watch that evolve over the next 54 laps.
Blaney getting 3 seconds for Logano in that exchange. As you mentioned, Logano has fresh tires. A little bit quicker. Keep talking about Josh Berry. He has the freshest tires, and he is a fair amount quicker than both of them.
Ryan Blaney out in front here in New Hampshire and looking good.
He does know he's in public. Oh, he doesn't care. When a young homeowner starts to turn to their parent, it helps to show them just how bad it can get. So they just hang out here. Maybe? Yeah.
I have a feeling we haven't seen our last caution yet.
She's good progress. They don't have change in here? No, they do. Progressive can't save you from
Oh, there we go.
but we can save you money when you bug along with all of those. Why is he even so much in here? You're asking the right questions.
Drop whatever you're doing right now. The Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal is here. That's 2 tender bacon cheeseburgers, medium fries, and a medium drink. So you better be on your way. The number one deal for the number one hidden cheeseburger.
I think this is the longest green flag run we've had in this whole race. I think.
Free 5G phone and real unlimited data on Straight Talk. More ways to connect. Stream the last lap of the race. And when you spend less with Straight Talk, you can get more moments to yourself by getting something for them. Switch to Straight Talk and get a free 5G phone on us on America's most reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, official partner of NASCAR. Find us at straighttalk.com and more.
Push guy, cold and smooth survival skills. My walk is broken. You can tell time by measuring the sun's distance from the horizon. Looks like happy hour. And for the mountains.
Hot's last sale of the summer is even bigger than ever. Now you can save up to 30% on moving and storage until September 22nd. Whether you're relocating to your new home or renovating your current one, save up to 30%. Hot's brings the container to you, and you can pack at your own pace. When you're ready, we'll take it to your new place or store it at a secure pod storage center until you need it. And you don't have to do the driving. Don't miss this bigger than ever offer. Save up to 30% today. Book at Pods.com.
$70 for coffee? Nah. How about some salted caramel coffee iced coffee with cold foam for only $2.99? It's the fancy without the price.
Oh, car around 51. Oh, there's our. That's our 8th caution of the day.
Harness this and put it in that so you can feel like
Yeah,
this.
51 is beat.
Now you're
Cody Ware, man, just take it, dude. I'm sorry, but you need to take it to the girl.
Cody Ware, the Pumps Plus Ford for Rick Ware Racing. Damaged current race car has brought out the most recent caution.
Yeah, happy damage to the front of this 51 car. This is going to be a stressful lineup. Let's see what happens. Yep. Ooh. It's at the racetrack.
The 3.
Gets into the 3 and it spins out. There was contact between those guys earlier. Don't know if it had anything to do with this incident.
Well, if you hit the wall just right, New Hampshire, you will get enough air. He was in the air for like a split second.
All right, Jeff. You coming to pit road? Yeah, I have to before you ask me. Yes. This is what we talked about earlier. 12 car was catching these guys. 12 was trying to lap them off the building to the back of the 51. Turning around. That was early in the race.
So pit lane is
All right, so pit stops are. Okay, so the drivers are coming in. Okay.
All of these cars, yes.
Yeah, Kyle Larson saying I could rock it like I wanted, but it's too hard on the right rear. You see the chassis does it right side.
Whoa.
And giving on the 24, too.
Damn. Almost went to the back of the radio.
Could Ryan Blaney get his third and most important win of the year? The ball was yellow, leading a few points outside of his teammate Joey Logano. He said he was traveling early in the
Dude, Blaney won the race off pit road.
Pit road, a nice track race for his teammate Blaney off of pit road, but those two away first and second.
That was pretty tight between the teammates. Good stuff there. Denny Hamlin jumped up a position as well. Kyle Larson lost the spot, but he got jammed in, exiting his box with Tyler Reddick immediately ahead. Chase Elliott, along with Josh Berry, stayed out. Here's the reason for the caution one more time. Cody Ware
You know Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams. We got Team 2011 owned by this guy. And anytime they come in with Danny Hamlin, but Danny Hamlin races for another team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Now, Super Bowl winning head coach Joe Gibbs, and they both share the track with Legacy Mobil, co-owned by 7-time Cup champion Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after one cup. Now you're up to speed.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand smash Amy Speed Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. You buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
Today, you're meeting for coffee. Take it on. And then before you know it, hey, you're meeting family. At Credit One Bank, we believe having the credit and rewards for the little moments today and need to be bigger ones tomorrow. Earn up to 10x points on travel and 5x points on dining with the Credit One Bank Wander American Express card. Credit One Bank. Cool today.
Dinner time is going to be easy tonight. Wings to go for game time.
Winning isn't everything. It's the only thing that is winning. A ring with no bum is no less a win.
Common knowledge like it's your job.
Yeah.
You're watching the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, presented by Toyota. Been quite the afternoon, whether it's the teammates and champions racing coming together, Denny Hamlin and Ty Gibbs, Tony want to talk about it afterwards. Pretty tense situation there. You've got the Penske teammates fighting at the front. They may just be upset by Josh Berry, but have a look at this. On pit road, between Kyle Larson and Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, Larson only changing right sides because that beat's very, very difficult.
Yeah,
So
Reddick.
really nice job between 5:45. Chiefs on the radio. Now it ends up really hurting the 45 because he misses his pit box, right? So you see him go ahead. He then has to back up and get in position. So for Reddick, he's now 19th. He ended up putting 4 tires on because he lost his track position, but that's what killed Christopher Melendrones, and a little damage could have hurt both racers.
Once they got in that situation, it was good communication, nobody got wrecked. But prior to that, they could have been a lot better. There could have been a way for Reddick to actually slow down, understanding the time, and that Reddick couldn't know that. He had to hear that from his spotter or the crew chief saying, you're going to have to wait on the 5. He would have been better off to slow down, let the 5 go, and then get in his box.
All right. Got 1 to go.
I think Josh Berry is in a position that he wanted to be in. This car has been really fast. I know he has a deficit on tires, but 12 laps, because he was one of the later.
Who would have thought we'd see Josh Berry up here?
12 and the 22, 24, they all put on right side. So laps are equal. It's just 12 laps newer right side tires.
Let's talk more about Chase Elliott and Monty.
Yeah, 12-lap pressure tires for Chase Elliott versus 12-lap older tires, I should say, for Chase Elliott versus those who pitted behind him. So that's the advantage of maybe running a little bit longer. The other interesting thing, Steve, is I know all those teams took right-side tires, the leaders, Blaine, Logano, and all those guys when they came down pit road. But that was their last set of tires. So should something go on here, they have a fresh set of tires in the 9th pit tonight.
Well,
I assume he's not going to make this a last pit stop.
Chase Elliott has 2 laps left on his tires than Josh Berry has. He can take advantage of that.
Now, super pace car off the track, ready to go.
All right, here we go. Back to green.
Elliott on the inside. Berry leads him into turn 1. Ladies following. Puts the difference in. Hosebon rounds up. Kyle Larson momentarily. Larson hangs top in the middle.
Byron up to 3rd. Well, Logano's fallen back a few spots. It's not much, but it's something.
The good news for Berry is the 12 haven't fired great today. Been the best on long run, but the newer tires definitely an advantage. You see it
Chase Elliott thankfully hasn't lost too much.
I know it's pressure tires of this 12, but I just don't know that it's enough advantage. You're going to find out.
All right, so Elliott's still in the 4th. Okay. Yeah, look
His
how.
secret teammate in Chase Elliott, and then two back is Lawson. Lady to the corner man with the 21. What does 21 car though? Right there. The car turns, rotates, he's able to go back to the throttle. It's going to be a very difficult match. And it's working those right side tires up to 12 as Byron tries to inch in. Today's the day that Josh Berry needed of any of the three previous weekends. He just had the worst luck, the worst circumstances, and now Ryan Blaney draws alongside and gets his nose in front of the 21.
And Blaney to the lead. Here comes Byron.
Blaney back in the lead. He's led for 77 laps today and again controls this race. Keep your eyes on that 24 though. Here's William Byron. He needs to make quick work of this as well. To clear Josh Berry to have a shot at going with Ryan Blaney. Berry went to the bottom that time. Not a surprise. Byron hits a little bit, but using a lot of racetrack.
Been a long time since Hendrick Motorsports has won at New Hampshire.
William Byron jumped in the throttle, trying to get on the outside of Berry. He has the freedom because he has space behind him with the battle.
Logano's into the inside, but I think Larson's up there too.
Chase Elliott does not want to relinquish this position. Remember, Chase stayed out, along with Josh Berry when everybody else died for pit road, but Logano's been able to successfully pull that off, or has he? Back comes Elliott. And ahead of these guys, Josh Berry is still remaining a roadblock for William Byron's progress. I think the new car advantage is kind of diminished now, Steve. I'm not sure what your thought is on that. With the restart, I think it's what you really had. Oh, the guy who runs Elliott up the racetrack. This has been phenomenal between these two. The last 2-3 laps. Watch Logano at work.
Going to be the 9. Clean up. Heavyweight tire, you have a total of 34 laps to go by 3.
It's the voice of his spot, Colin Presley.
Don't lose 2 tires. Berry was second fastest. Chase Elliott fourth fastest. No pressure.
So after clearing Berry, Blake is able to jump out to a half-second lead, and that's stabilised. That's been exactly the same for the past 2 laps. Nobody's eating into that lead, and the Team Penske Ford driver. Now on 4 tires, first car on 4 fresh tires. Seems like it's starting to help a little bit. He's up to 8. Teammate didn't handle the opposite, down to 13. Restarted 6, lost 6 spots in 1 set of corners. Still 24 above the cut line. Just never know when those 6 points are really going to matter, and I think Bell's thinking it's going the other direction, right? 24 above the cut line, now 25. Think about everything that's happened to Austin Dillon at the 3. Horacio is running just outside the top 10 in 11. There he is. Not playoff driver now, though.
Michael McDam, 2 of the Spire cars hate McDowell, and both of them are still riding in the top 10.
What Ryan Blaney has just been so impressive, about to lead his 85th lap of the day as he clicks that off. 31 to go from his 3rd win of the season. When I talked to Jonathan Hasser this morning, he mentioned, hey, our short track program has had to evolve this year, but Ryan has adapted so well to the softer tire here at these short tracks. I'll say they have been so good on the long run. Can he finish it off? Given
Ready to go.
Tim, what an impressive day for Alan Gustus and Chase Williams to score 27th of the track they were most concerned about in this race. Running fourth right now, trying to hold Joey Logano behind them. Very impressive day. And remember, they were just 5 above the cut line when they came into the race today, going to gain a little bit on that. But here comes
Plus
Logano
12,
trying to get that
plus
spot.
13 right now. I know it's not a big cushion, but hey, it takes a little bit of pressure off.
He's doing exactly what Jeff pointed out in 21 was trying to do, right? The 9's just committing to the top lane. All right, the 22's going to overdrive the entry, slide up, and the 9, I just don't think has the speed to cross him over.
Nope.
So mission accomplished for the 22. He got the window. He understands chasing. Concede it, let him go by. For the 9, I think it's very important to just really maintain this tire life. Remember, 10-lap older tires. He should be okay, but I can see a scenario where he falls back to 8th or 9th.
Also, I have to remember what the mission was going into today after qualifying. They qualified poorly. How do you get points? How do you get stage points? What is a successful day? It isn't always a win. This is a point battle. In these 3 races, if you don't win, it's all about points. You have to maximize your day, right? Maximize your capabilities. You have to wonder if they need to look a top 5, top 6 finish. They feel like that was successful.
What was setting up to be a Blaney versus Logano battle, Blaney having to work so hard from that restart, Logano having to work so hard from that restart to get by the likes of Chase Elliott. There's now a 3.5-second gap between the race leader Blaney and his teammate Logano in 4th. So keep that in mind with 25 laps to go.
Yeah, 2 drivers at the bottom of the playoff leaderboard. It's 23 lap, and here they are side by side. We just saw Reddick have an issue on pit road. He's still in the lead lap, right? 21st. Bubba Wallace currently in the pre-pass position, 25th on the racetrack. First car 1 lap down. Bubba's really only a way to improve for points, and this would be a yellow if they get back up the lead lap.
And yes, it's only the first race in the round.
Barry's actually catching Wayne, so he hasn't completely driven away.
Briscoe with only +7, which is such a great first round. And here, they all count the same, but there's an emotional toll when you have a below average first race, right? Because if you feel like you have to race from behind, this race to win is not over.
He knows that Barry has older right side tires than the 12-car Blaney, but the last few laps, Barry has been significantly faster than Blaney has. Blaney saving a little bit of tires. He's trying to manage his tires. That wheel goes, but right now the 21 is better, Marty. I think Ryan Blaney is giving all he's got right now. Tim Beadle has given him Josh Berry's lap time the last couple of laps, and Blaney just came on the radio and said, tell me where he's running. So Tim Beadle and his father have given Ryan Blaney that information. So Blaney's left to get that be a factor because Berry's not slowing down and quicker than Blaney right now. I've seen this most of the day. Blaney, I'm sorry, the 21 of Berry didn't always have track position, but he has been fast. And much of the race, he was actually faster than his 12 car. Obviously, thinking he had older right side tires, he couldn't win, but he is faster, clearly faster on quarter entries. Runs up the racetrack, watch what that allows him to do on quarter exit. Really carries speed over the straight.
Wow, that last time it was obvious. See the same entry speed into 1. Batter not quite as big of a gap as he did in turn 3, but oh wow, yeah, that 21 rolls the middle nice.
And so Barry is forcing Blaney to run a different line. Blaney's watching his mirror, seeing Barry's faster. Now Blaney has changed what he's doing, which makes his car probably slower in an effort to slow down the 21.
Bell's in 7th, going for 6th. Pretty much. And you probably noticed that I picked some of the Gibbs. I pretty much picked all 4 Gibbs cars. And I'm saying this based off of how good Joe Gibbs Racing was in this last run and how they've been at New Hampshire over the years. That's why I picked. I did not have Penske dominating in the cards today. Well, Josh Berry's ran down Blaney for the lead. Blaney.
In the second quarter. But then the next week, he gets turned on a 9, no ill will, just a mistake by Chase Elliott, wraps for 21 at St. Louis. Then we go to Bristol, and the 21 car catches on fire because of the tire run. Sure, I'm not comfortable pointing to the team with that. I think that's a little bit of just bad luck. The same thing happened to Austin Civic, but he advanced. So there could have been a worse first round quickly with a victory. The disadvantage for Josh Berry in the situation is that they have an affiliation, a very tight affiliation with Vince. We saw the gift card. Denny Hamlin, they were having at it. Denny was like, hey, I'm a playoff guy. You're not. You should give me ground. And this conversation happened, right, between these guys. How does Josh Berry handle this party battling Blaney?
Yeah, this could be a season-changing win for Ryan Blaney with 18 laps to go. So, would team order speed ever come into play right here? Because the Jets, they come out of the same shot. Berry not on the playoffs. Blaney still fighting for a title.
Well, I think it's very fair to expect the 21 not to hit or move the 12 out of the way. But if the orders are for the 21 not to try to win this race, then I would be extremely upset with an organization that ordered that. And matter of fact, I feel like Roger Penske would never say that. I feel like he would say, you can't wreck each other, and you can't ship the 12 out of line to do it. But don't embrace each other. By the way, you can rate Roger Penske as a competitor. You don't win Indy 500s. You don't build the business he has without being a little bit of aggressive and a bit cutthroat. And Ryan Blaney, I think, looking at his career now, expects Josh Berry to race him for all he's worth. He doesn't expect, for him to cut a slash. He doesn't probably expect him to run into from behind. Well, you can see it right there. Josh Berry is trying. He was in the gas, trying a different lane on former exit. I agree with everything you just said, Steve. I don't believe that there's team orders. You can't win this race. I do believe Josh Berry has to race him with respect, as he would because he's his teammate anyway, not just because of the point situation.
On March, Chase Briscoe racing Austin Dillon and Denny Hamlin, his teammate right there. Meanwhile, that top box earlier this year in Las Vegas, Josh Berry got his first career Cup Series victory. He is not going any further in the playoffs, but if he can get a second here today, after 3 very frustrating weekends, what a story that would be.
Both of these cars have swung a little loose. Every now and then you can see them. You see the back of the car shaking around, especially in the middle of the quarter. I just saw Blaney in the middle of 1 and 2. The back of the car was really around on the car loose. And a couple laps before that, I saw Berry was the same situation. Now, that's probably why they're so fast. Right? That's what I'm saying. Anything that can turn and rotate with grip is a massive advantage in this racetrack.
The only fear of being loose, it's tight, you kind of lose kind of slowly, no big moments, but with loose, you can make one big slip and the car can go by you. Here it is. I think Berry's as close as he's been. And these two are pushing each other forward because that gap to William Byron and the gap to Joey Logano has only increased. That's Josh Berry increases the pressure on Ryan Blaney.
It's all right there with Berry trying to turn, speed, flow. You saw the back of the car shake. That's both of these cars are struggling with.
Driving into turn 3. He's right on the bumper of Blaney now. 12 laps to go of New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Also, out of all the tracks the Wood brothers have raced at, New Hampshire's one they haven't yet.
Or are we going to have a non-playoff driver win here in Ireland?
Lady all the way to the bottom of the racetrack on exit. Berry following.
What now?
Really interesting, Steve.
Oh, Barrett.
Berry speeding the back step down. Blaney gains a couple car lengths. In fact, it just sees he has to Blaney, though. Blaney right here has to be very, very disciplined. Force the 21 to pass you. Check out how loose the 21 is. Trying to make ground on quarter history. Turns the car. Whoa! Finishing up the racetrack. All right, that's a first. We're looking just like the 42 earlier. I mean, that thing is so close to shattering around.
That was a crash that didn't happen, but yeah, he's getting more ground on Ryan Blaney.
He's got to step this up, right? If he's going to get this pass done, so he's asking his car, I need more speed from you. I'm going to have to drive you a little harder.
Okay, Mom, all right.
You know, Josh Berry, when he was sideways, after getting accidentally tagged by Shane Van Gisbergen on lane 2, would you be in the hunt for a win today? He may have said, I don't think so. But what a drive it's been. What a crew member from the 21 of the Wood Brothers.
Where are you going? Okay. All right, be careful.
They're now hot, they're slippery, it slowed the car down. Josh has to take a breath, try to get it, and then this isn't like they
Well, I was gonna have it fixed yesterday, but you wanted to go. But you didn't want
That
to
7
go
car looks like a
somewhere else. So
modified.
I don't know. No, Mom, you're probably using the air conditioner and you're using gas. Okay, Mom. Okay, Mom. Okay, Mom. All right, Mom. Bye.
And he's 7.5 laps from home, from winning for the first time here in New Hampshire. Lady, a playoff driver, Barry, a non-playoff driver, fired in
Well,
third.
Brady's got me back.
Needs to be done.
Barry's
For his Slate 14,
ground.
46 above.
There's no way he's going to catch him. There's no way.
Well, if you tried to pass him, Cam, what do you expect?
He might lose the spot to Bell, who's coming up 4 tires, but I think after the 4th qualifying run for the 9, they have to be very happy with the overall performance.
All right, 7 laps to go at New Hampshire in the NASCAR Cup Series race. Ryan Blaney leads, Josh Berry second. Chase Elliott slides up a bit. Bell looking. Good thing is Elliott is plus 13.
Big shout out to the Smart Motorsports teammates, Michael McDowell, Carson Hosua, running in the top 10 and keeping the Southern 500 winner out of the top 10. There's Briscoe on the road screen.
There's Michael McDowell.
Trying to chase down Ross Chastain for 8th. Also a little bit further back. Gilliland, Bill Gregson in the top 20, having good runs. Oscar Dillon 13, Reese 14. This race has had a little bit of everything. There's the youth conversation that may happen between the 54 and the 11. That's something that has to be talked about. We've seen Blaney lose the track position and up on the driver's way back through. Can you request open mics for that meeting? No, anyway. Look, this night for Blaney and Barry. Those have been the best 2 race cars on the track for most of the day. Barry's trying to get the nose pad of his car. That was so much fun to watch. A little bit older tire. He was just going for it, dude.
And also, Josh Berry finished top podium finish in this race last year. Yeah, New Hampshire owes Berry a win. Not today, maybe next year.
It was an extremely tough start to the year for Ryan Blaney, with non-finishes and just things not going his way. Nashville, when he got that first win on the season, was a considerable turning point. And especially the last 9-10 races have been epic. His consistency has been amazing. That win at Daytona, those final 2 laps. If you haven't seen the onboard, go online and check it out. It's amazing how he won that race.
Yeah, it's over for Berry. 2 laps to go. He ain't catching him. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's true. Well, at least we go another race without a Logano win.
Or Byron. Come on, Barry. Come on.
Well, the strategy by those other drivers prevented Logano from winning this race. White flag, 1 lap to go for Ryan Blaney.
Joey Logano led 147 laps. Blaney, after he completes this circuit, it'll be 116, and it'll be the victorious one. Are we watching the beginning of a championship campaign for Ryan Blaney to become a 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champ? It sure looks like
Well, Logano may have been the best car of the day, but Ryan Blaney was the second best. Blaney wins New Hampshire. Barry finishes second. Byron third. Lagan fourth. And Chase Elliott gets fifth. Well, at least we got good cushion going into next week. Man, Briscoe got Hocevar for 10th. Well, another day, another race without Logano win. Love to see it. The guy's just not chilling on his phone.
He locks himself into the round of eight, winning. And Jonathan Hassler, his crew chief, will be delighted. That was all business. Guys, I think we've got one of the progressive post race show. He played. That was a good day. That was a really good race. Never knows. Even at stopping before the race, what do we expect? The game we didn't know what to expect. You know, they proved it once again. Although the one thing we did have picked was that this car would be really fast. Now, by no means that guarantee a win, but sometimes the fastest cars do win races. That's, I believe, what happened today.
Let's go, Blaney. You know, some people are not peanuts Team Penske, but it's just how it.
As the Penske stable, the top of the town, top of the garage in practice, backed it up. And you remember the show they had? Remember when they were the first to pit last? Before that last portion? But that strategy worked for the 12th team. Frank Paul Johnson has the great driving from Ryan Blaney. Menard's Ford is showing the victory lane for the third time this year. His nephew on the radio last week said Uncle Ryan win. Well, he didn't in Bristol, but he did today here in New Hampshire.
All right, so Ryan Blaney wins. Josh Berry second. Came close, but that little slip up hurt him a bit. Byron third, Lagan fourth. My boy Chase Elliott finishes fifth. I'll take that any day. We got a somewhat comfortable cushion going into Kansas, albeit it's not a big cushion. That is. Christopher Bell sixth. I was hoping he was going to be. I was thinking he was going to be the best car, but today proved otherwise. Kyle Larson seventh. Michael McDowell eighth. Chastain ninth, and again, Hocevar. Briscoe got 10th from Hocevar there late. Ryan Priest 14th. Noah Gragson 16th. Noah Gragson actually cracked the top 10 a bit early on in the race. And Todd Gilliland started dead last and finished top 20. One effort for him. Damn, Tyler Reddick could have had better. Here's all the other drivers that had issues. What a shame for these guys back here, especially SVG. He had a shot to get a top 10, but he could have had a good run on the oval. But this unfortunately, well, that wreck ruined his chances. And man, Daniel Suarez and Ty Gibbs having rough goes in this race.
Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. Mentally saying to Josh, hey, you're my teammate. Don't race me this hard. Oh no, I expected to go out and try to win the race. I knew he wasn't gonna play over for me.
Yeah, I'll give this about a 7 out of 10.
We raced the Super Green, but no, I mean I would do the same with us. Right, you're gonna try to win the race. So that's what this thing was all about. And luckily, gosh, we just hung out a little bit. For a while, it was stressful. And
there was some passing. There was some passing.
And look forward to going to Kansas next week.
So Lee just mentioned it a moment ago. Your nephew told you a week ago, hey, Uncle Ryan, go win one for me. Is it okay for Uncle Ryan to deliver 1 week later?
Well, we're about to hit the halfway point of these playoffs. So yeah, Blaney, he may have won today, but he still has to deal with the round of 8, especially with Talladega, Talladega on the line coming next month. So he's not out of the woods just yet, even though he won. Well, driver's gonna. Well, after. Let the drivers know their assignment for Talladega, all that. Well, all I can say is it's nice to go another race without a Logano win. So that's a W. Albeit it was his teammate Ryan Blaney that came out on top, but yeah. I mean, I was hoping Barry would get it because I want to see teams like the Wood Brothers win, and this would be somewhat of a underdog win in this god awful format. But either way, Barry came close. I mean, the strategy that Barry and Elliott played there on that last restart, it may have not won them the race, but they still got good results. Just that Blaney was just better. I mean, there was some. I did see some passing today. Could have been more. I mean, I wish they could try like the same tire that they used last week at Bristol. Use it in New Hampshire to try it out, see what it's like. Wouldn't mind that. So yeah, Logano was the best car, but that one of those last pit stops, it made him lose a few spots. Coupled with Barry and Elliott staying out, it crushed Logano's hopes of winning. Oh well, he still got a good result if you're a Logano fan. So yeah, they're showing this playoff grid now. Chase Elliott's plus 14, Logano's plus 24. Logano still could get eliminated. I'm not sure about Chastain, Cindric, Reddick, or Bubba Wallace. Ugh. I would hate to see one of those 2311 cars get eliminated. I'm sorry. I'll be surprised if Reddick pulls off something for next week.
Second place result today for Josh Berry, and that doesn't even really tell the whole story.
So, yeah. Overall, it was a decent race. Give it a 7 out of 10. Was hoping there would be more passing, but it's New Hampshire and it's a flat track, so and there's not much banking, so expect very little of what I just initially said. Either way, I'll see y'all next weekend for Kansas. Should be fun. And then the Roval after that. Hope Chase Elliott can go kick some ass next week. Or unless we see a non-playoff driver win. We'll see. Either way, with that said, I'll see y'all next time. Until then, have a good one. Have a good rest of your day. All right, bye everyone. Peace out.
Hero, Ford Racing.